Don't you dare. You go to work. You tend the farms. Don't you dare. Key boy. No. That's you. Listen. You said you didn't want to eat poop. That will kill you. All right. I want you. No. I have a gift to you. A big gift. And now I want you to go to sleep. No, good boy, no, you put that down. Stop, no, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you. No. Damn it. Humans are really funny. We pack bond so quickly to such random things that it really doesn't take much. If people pack bond with Roombas by putting eyes on them, like, it doesn't take much to bond with an object or a thing that doesn't exist. It's really funny. So all it really takes is a story, a character development that made the person playing it fall in love with that character a little bit. Not really, but like going like this guy rocks. The next time they play that game, they're gonna try to make sure they don't send that guy out for dangerous situations. They'll play around not getting that character killed 100%. And I think that itself is really interesting. In the deepest secret, cause you're knowing the unctures in such in medicines. Oh, gotcha. I hope you know I do not trade any more words than strictly needful when we make the trip in the damn world for gasoline and electricals and other such necessities that we can't make. I've got something friendly with the publican boy who sells the pills Papa needs, and when I mentioned them as study aids, the boy laughed and said a body didn't need penicillin for studying, unless a body was studying gash. Have you heard of such things? I do not want Papa to ask Papa for fear I do not know what, but I do not want to accidentally poison him either. Please come see me. John, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a dumb ass. The one that I made up? It's probably not gonna work. Oh! It works! It works! Finally! We did it! It only took 2.5 hours. Actually, more than 2.5 hours. We've been trying to get this done for weeks. Damn! But we did it! Look, it clicks! Boop, boop, boop. When it's not on it, nothing happens. Hold on. Nothing happens. And then we click it, it did it. And you know what the answer was? You know what the fucking answer was? It was because the main menu had a hidden little fuck thing on the mouse that made it so it stopped anything going through. Jesus, man. That's... Oh. I think I ate something off and now my stomach aches mightily. Hello. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. Why is it so loud? Hello, how are you doing? Oh my god. There we go. Much better. Nothing like having chill vibes happening and it's super loud in the ears. Oh no! Invasive snails? Oh no, I'm so sorry, Scallion. Ooh. Do you have like something that likes to eat snails? And by tank, is it like a like a fish tank? What tank are you referring to? But hopefully, how are y'all doing today? Hopefully pretty well. Today is going to be a hopefully productive day. We'll see how it unfolds as we tackle some game dev. So, as far as what we're doing today, I don't know. Fish tank? Oh, I am sorry. Picking those out, I imagine, is a pain. But, yes, we are, I know we're trying to work on tweens. I know we had issues trying to work on tweens. I remember a lot of frustration, and that's about it. There was one big one last night, and I woke up to 6 babies. Ooh. Hopefully you got all the babies and everything. Especially if they're invasive, they usually go nuts for it. But yeah, hopefully you got them. Hopefully you got all of them. I guess just be vigilant in the meantime. What? Yeah. Let's see. Did I write down? Was I smart enough to be like, hey, I'm gonna put this on the to-do list for... Nope. So I don't think we made too much productivity. Problem is that they mature fast and breed a lot. Yeah, invasive species, that... I'm not gonna say that's a requirement, but it is definitely a stereotype. Yeah, I am sorry you having to deal with that. Let's see. All right, the tween thing. We can't even open it because we have like this tween. We need to try to understand what the heck. Just what the heck. I'm able to write, okay. All right, I guess. So, currently we have a in-progress version of what is a transition between 2 cameras. And I remember us watching a video of someone doing it, and then we having tween equals tween equals tween. I remember that. That one was funny. It makes 0 sense in my brain. And I think it's because it's old, so that like this kind of doesn't exist anymore. Or the way that they went about it is that they made a completely separate scene for camera switching. So all the cameras are in their own scene. And because all the cameras are in their own scene, then they added like a tween in that scene, and then that is what allowed everything to go. Hey Puff Pal, how you doing? So with that being said, I think we're going to have to make a separate scene for all the cameras. I don't know how that's going to go with the fact that all of our cameras we want them to be attached, like to go move with the objects. But we're gonna try to make it work. We're gonna try to make something happen. So, got my caffeinated drink. I don't know if y'all ever had sparkling ice before. This isn't sponsored in any way. I just really like sparkling ice. But I know it's so good that it makes me convinced there's something that's probably killing me in it. You know what I mean? You're like, this is delicious, and it doesn't have sugar. So what's wrong with it? Does it have red 4 in it? Like, what's going on? Oh no, scallion. Yeah, is there anything pesticide related that could go for it? If you cover your fish tank in salt, will that kill them all? Like, where? Hey, X-Star, how you doing? Y'all are starting to roll in. How are y'all doing today? Scallion's going through it. But how are the rest of y'all? Today... Hey, Melly. Wow, did y'all, like, carpool? What the hell? Why are y'all coming in at the same time? I mean, to be fair, the crows would probably eat the snails, no? Do crows like snails? I feel like they would. I think if I was a crow, I would like snails. Probably high school. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is high school. Maybe y'all are coming in, I'm assuming, after school? I feel like before school, unless it's just a very, very different time zone that I'm assuming. And now Q.2. Y'all really did carpool. Hot damn. Alright. I see how it is. Maybe 2:30 is a sweet spot for y'all. Always here. Excellent. Yes. You must join all my streams. It's before school for me because I'm in New Zealand. Different time zone stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm your interaction, your first interaction of the day. That they'll somehow get into the filter tank. Yeah. The last thing you want is then to get into like a small little stuff and then they start laying eggs everywhere. Though I don't know too much about snail reproduction. Want me to get out of bed? Oh. Well, thank you. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I appreciate that. But yeah, so up and at 'em. Should I be saying good morning to y'all then? Instead of good afternoon? Because for me it's afternoon. Just be like, good morning everybody. And welcome, this is your talk show host, Idealist, to the dodo in a duck suit. We're gonna start off today on the complicated / irritating journey that is game development. Okay, we'll do morning. Well, so good. I'll start the streams with morning. I don't mind. Well, yeah. So, hopefully y'all are having well, I was gonna say good day so far, but so far it sounds like most of y'all's days had barely started. So, I hope you continue to have a good day. Stream is lagging for me because I have 3G. Oh no. Aren't we at 5G now or some nonsense? Maybe 6G? Who the hell knows? I'm sorry, X-Star. But, hopefully it won't, interrupt your experience too much. 11:30 over here? Yeah. Honestly, that's where I thought a lot of y'all would be around on the, West Coast kind of vibe, but I've been getting a lot of European countries as well. Getting y'all in the morning over there as well, which has been very fruitful. Good experiences with y'all. 5G+. Are they going to keep on adding more pluses? What does the plus even mean? What are you possibly adding to the G? Now we control your minds. 5G, everyone thought you controlled minds, but it was wrong. It was now the plus. The plus is we can now control you. No, it's yeah, I don't even pretend to know about any of that kind of stuff. I know nothing about that kind of things.
But the only thing that I'm trying to attempt to learn is game dev at the moment. And this damn tweeds. Oh, I love the word, but so far my experience has not been great. Wow. Hopefully y'all are excited for the weekend. Get some time off and rest and relax. And I know y'all can make it through. Get through the last day of the week, or at least the one that really counts. Unless some of y'all also work weekends, and if so, I am sorry. Actually, depending on the time zone and how that works, it might already be the weekend for some of you. Is that the case? I don't know which direction the time zone will goes in the sense of like, am I ahead of you? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it's morning for you, Puff Pal, I didn't know if it was morning of Friday or Saturday. Here's, oh, there weren't any yesterday morning, then someone put it in there, and now, oh no. Maybe see if you might have some, like, chemical somethings that you might be able to do about it. Because the last thing you want to do is have to stay so vigilant for so long. Oh, so this is going to be a nice Zen Saturday for you, Puff Pal. Excellent. Well, congrats on the weekend. But yeah. So that's always kind of interesting as far as different times for different people at the same time and how that relates. I wonder which location has like the latest time. You know what I mean? Who is the most forward in time and who is the most backward in time at the same time? LTE. It's plus, and then LTE, then LTE plus. It's like the new gaming consoles whenever they get a new one coming out. They have a sequential, and then they go like Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox One Plus. You have to buy fresher shrimp that will eat the snails. There's no chemical that only kills the snails. Gotcha. I was going to say, like, I am always an advocate of just bringing in a natural predator. As long as you don't introduce another invasive species to get rid of invasive species, because then you're just back to square one. Right. Unless for whatever reason the damage is like less. But usually you can't tell how much damage an invasive species is going to do beforehand. There's a fish tank shop around here. Maybe I can go check if they have any. Yeah, give it a shot. At the very least, you can ask for their opinions as how to properly handle it. If you have the only recommendation that I do give, if you manage to take a picture of what it looked like, because depending on the species, they might have different kind of like tools to help alleviate that kind of infestation. But I mean, if it's really commonly known, like, hey, it's the snail, that's a problem. It's only one species that's causing problems, then, you know, it doesn't really matter. See, the lowest data ever. Yeah, well, hopefully you can get that figured out there, X-Star. Or not X-Star, sorry, Scallion. I was looking at X-Star when I said that. That's rough. Hopefully none of your fishes or whatever you have in the fish tank have been affected by the infestation too badly. Oh gosh, you guys want to know? There's a story. Look, I don't feel this is not a good story. This is a I didn't know what I was doing story. So in middle school, we had a fish tank in the back of the science class, and you know, it had like little fish in it. It was fun. It was nice. It was great. Until one day I was looking in the fish tank because I was being distracted. There just haven't been affected much, but there's a lot. Yeah. I mean, snails, man. I don't know how many babies they usually have, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. Yeah. So then when I was looking in the fish tank, I saw little like squiggly worms like in the water, and I was like, oh no, they haven't like an infestation of like little, like, parasite worms. I need to fix this problem. So what my brilliant middle school mind decided to do is put a crap ton of pH changer in the tank, thinking it would kill the worms. And then I came in the next day. No fish. No nothing in the tank. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I didn't know. I thought I was like, I'm gonna help the fish by completely changing the pH. Like, I don't mean a little bit. I squirted the pH changer in there. I put a whole lot of pH changer in this thing. It was not a small amount. And yeah, no, I kept my mouth shut. The teacher didn't ask, I didn't tell. And I felt so bad because I was like, I killed the fish. I tried to help the fish. I thought the fish were in danger from the worms that are swimming. And then I learned later, those little worms are just like, they're not really a factor. They're just kind of there. And so I just, in the grand scheme of things, I just killed the fish for no reason. Oh man. If that doesn't just summarize how I was as a kid, I don't know what does, because just naive idealism. I didn't know. I'm also disappointed in my child brain. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was akin to that level of naivety, and I don't think so. I think that was really the only time that I really go to an aquarium. I mean, I'm not gonna do it now. And I only did it that one time. It wasn't like something that I've done considerably. Like, it's not like I'm a serial aquarium killer, you know? It's not like I went to all the different fish tanks and started just putting in pH changer just to kill as many as possible. I'm not sick. Yeah, I learned very fast. I mean, I felt so guilty about it. I feel guilty now, like 20 years later. 20 something years later, that I'm like, oh man, that was really stupid. I 100%. I don't even know. Now that I think about it, how did I get access to the pH changer? What the hell? How was I even able to do that? It's not like I went into class like when no one was there. It was in the middle of class. How did I get... Listen, I'm not gonna blame the teacher for letting me have access to a pH changer, but I'm also not saying that I probably should not have been able to access a pH changer. Like, how did I even get my hands on that? Like, I don't even know, right? Oh man, maybe there was a box underneath the supplies with it. That's what I'm thinking. Well, like, I'm pretty sure again, this was 20 something years ago, so this is a faded memory. But if I remember correctly, it was in the cabinet underneath the aquarium. And then I just pulled it out, and then it was like, you know how those kind of like, water changers, the liquid ones instead of the powder ones. It was in like one of those, and then I just like burst a whole bunch in the aquarium, in the thing, and I'm be like, that should kill it. And then yeah, it was in the classroom, and it was during class. You're homeschooled, Scallion? I was actually homeschooled 5th grade, if I remember correctly. We actually drove around in an RV and went all over the states for a year. And it was a good time. Question mark, asterisk. It was kind of like, it was also the same year as 9/11 happened, so that was something that I missed out on. But like, the reason that also this was kind of like asterisked is because we moved back and then or we went back. Yeah, Scallion, yeah. And as soon as we went back and I was going to go back into school, we were told we were moving. So I missed out on like the last year of me hanging out with friends for a whole year as a kid, as a child that I grew up with, and then was told that we were immediately moving to like 1,000 miles away. And I was just like, well, shit. Yeah, Starbeast, you're here the whole time. You were just, you were just being silent. You were letting us talk, and you were just being polite, right? In fact, you're here 15 minutes early. Right, Starbeast? Oh, man. But yeah, there's some background, it's the streamer lore for ya, where I apparently kill fish by changing the pH because I'm a sick individual, and then went around an RV for a year. Oh man. Alright. Okay. Let me just note the time just to make sure that when I am editing, I'm just gonna tag like, hey, I bullshit for like 26 minutes. Duck wouldn't do that. 100% a duck would do that. Are you kidding me? There's no way. I 100% believe that if ducks could change the pH of the water they're in so they can eat the fish that died, they would. I believe they would do that. I think that is something that they would do. Or maybe not all ducks, but at least some ducks. At least some species of ducks would be willing to do that. Geese would just... I think geese would be like, nah, that's not personal enough. They would want to feel the thing dying in their mouths. I think if geese would be like, hey, instead of changing the pH of the water, could I just have venomous bites that change the pH in person? That I feel like geese would not want it only because it's not evil enough. Yeah, that was very off topic. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, when it comes to streams in general, I like the first like 30 minutes to be us just kind of catching up, shooting the shit, and then we get down to business after about like 30 minutes or so. And then we get into it. You know? It kind of, it helps, I don't know, it helps wean things in a little. Geese are horrifying? Yeah. Yeah. I did see that one, was it a TikTok? It was something along the lines of that, where there's like a family raised a geese, like a goose, and then they became like it was very nice to them. So apparently they're very loyal, which is crazy. Hey Ratty, how you doing? Oh no, Ratty. Ratty the snail. You're gonna trigger Scallion for snails. Oh no, really? That's unfortunate, Next Star. Maybe it's because you were talking shit about 3G. Your phone was just like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah, Ratty. Scallion's having a snail issue. Goose, geese, moose, meese. Exactly. You know what? I don't know why. Moosei? Mooses? Meese? Got a Lego Trek skull today. Oh my god, that sounds cool as hell. That is cool as hell. That's so good. Pretend I'm a scallop. Is that? Are they related? Are they even closely related? I mean, they both have shells, but are they? Man, I really need to retake some taxonomy. I just talked about birds being mammals like yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, don't judge me too hard, Belly. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I took ecology class. Alright? I'm sorry. Look, I know they split eventually. They split eventually. Like birds and mammals, they were part of the same tree at one point. They're both warm-blooded. But I don't remember where the split was. Was it after mammalian or before mammalian? So it was, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. Don't take my science license, please. Please don't take my science license from me. I promise I'm a scientist. It's been a while since I've looked at taxonomy. Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. I'm a game developer now. I wouldn't say I'm a good one, but I am a game developer now. Game developers don't know the difference between mammals and avians. Eat a snail, though? Yeah. I feel like Mama Dodo would eat a snail. As long as it's not one of those, no. The parasites infect the snail. To infect birds, I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking about the snail parasite that makes the eyes look like all rainbow and pulsating. You know what I'm talking about? It makes the snail more likely to be eaten by a bird because it's very, standing out-ish. Why would Mama Dodo eat a snail? I feel like birds really do like eating. Why wouldn't they want to eat a snail? It wouldn't be the same as like humans eating oysters. Humans eat snails. Like they're very, I wouldn't say frequent. Yeah, for the crunch. Oh no. Oh, shell too. I just realized that from the Cult Atlantis basically says poop. It's very capable of saying it. That's funny. Look it up, but I also don't really want to because I don't enjoy snail faces. Yeah. Do you really eat snails, Q-Boy? I don't think I would be able to get over the texture. I don't like slimy textured things, which is why I don't eat oysters. Do you eat the shell too? For that extra crunch? Get some of that fiber? Alright. Okay. Enough about eating the crunchy snails. Enough about eating snails. I'm getting way off topic. I'm a freak, not a monster. Well, I'm a monster, not a freak. So. Alright. Okay. Just scare Ratty away. That's true. You know what? In respect of Ratty, we're gonna actually move to game dev. So I'm just gonna note 33. There we go. Alright. So, as far as game development goes, we are currently trying to move between cameras. We're going from one camera to another camera and utilizing a tween in order to do so. Last game dev stream, we attempted to make that happen, and watching a video to kind of help us through, we copied essentially what they've done and then tried to, adjust it to what we're trying to do. But we have definitely fallen short somewhere. It's not really working as much as we would want it to be. And part of that is the fact that I believe the person in the video started with all the cameras being a separate scene. And I didn't want to do that because I want all the cameras to be attached to the object that they're looking at, so that if we move the object, then we don't have to realign the camera. Like, it's locked in. We got the view that we want to get. We keep it at the way it is. If we move everything to a different scene, I don't know if we would be able to have that still be under that object, but we're going to attempt to do both. Have all the cameras be in a separate scene, but still be locked in the object that they're trying to view. That's our current next step. Those snails reminded me of the Toro from Undertale. I still haven't played Undertale. I feel like that's a sin at this point, but I still haven't. Which is crazy. Alright. Let us do... So main camera, we are going to put as branch as a scene. And we're going to name this camera switch. And we're going to put it as a scene. Save. Okay, so we have a main camera in its own scene. Check. All right. We're doing well. And then we are going to take our phone camera and we are going to try to do like this. Will this work? No. Did I end up erasing that video? I had to do like a cleanup because I listen, I'm one of those people that has a lot of different tabs and a lot of different windows up at all times. I literally put an i7 in my computer because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of shit at the same time. And it's been 9 years. Jesus. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Well, you know what that means? That means y'all get to see my first Undertale experience live on stream. I was saving it for you, chat. Let's go with that. That and what is the roguelike that's like super popular? The Beetle Man? The one with the white beetle head? You know what I'm talking about? Not Hades. I love Hades. Hades is beautiful. I love it. I can't wait for Hades 2, by the way. When that comes full on, we're going to be playing that day of. Hollow Knight. Yes. Yes. I have not played Hollow Knight. That's just another one of those games that is just like... Let's see, what other games that are like super... What is super popular that I haven't done? I haven't played any of the Borderlands games. Because at the time when they did come out, I was in college. And I knew if I got Borderlands, then I wouldn't be able to do college. It's kind of like, wow. It's just like, if I get into this, my life is over. So I just never got into it when it was hyped, and then other games came out, and then it just kind of got pushed to the background. Because I don't have a PC? Yeah. Yeah. Is Deltarune? Yeah. And Deltarune is kind of like a... Is it a fan sequel, or is it like an actual sequel to Undertale? We could try Borderlands multiplayer, because I think it might be more fun that way. Yeah. I'm fine with that, Melly. I'm down if you want to do multiplayer of that. Made by the same person. Got you. So it's same universe, but... Got you. Got it. But it was just one of those games. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, don't murder me too much for this one. Skyrim. I have yet to play Skyrim. Same reason. When it was huge, I couldn't balance that with life stuff. So Skyrim couldn't do it. Any of the Borderlands couldn't do it. The Last of Us, I ended up watching a playthrough of it because I didn't own a PlayStation at the time. And then after I watched the playthrough, I feel like I didn't need to play the game because I got all the experiences out of it. How you banned the streamer? I haven't given you super mod privileges yet, cute boy. Fallout. I have not played Fallout New Vegas. I have not played that. I did play out Fallout 4, but I fell off that really quick. It just wasn't for me. Basically, think about this. As if you're wondering, like, what the hell was I doing, I'm going to remind you that I have 1,500 hours in Destiny. I was playing Destiny. That's what I was doing with my time. If you're wondering why I wasn't playing all these other games, it's because I was playing Destiny. Alright? And if I wasn't playing Destiny, I was playing League of Legends. Before Destiny was League of Legends, and that ate up all my time. And if I wasn't playing a League of Legends, I was playing Binding of Isaac. So... Alright? I have like 600 hours of Binding of Isaac. I have 800 hours Satisfactory, but that's only been like 3 years-ish of that stuff happening. Like, I don't think that's bad. I think it's fine to like this series without necessarily experiencing directly from, like, the source material. That's like saying that you can't be a fan of Harry Potter because you like the movies and you didn't read the books. It's like, so? But, like, New Vegas is on my list of games that I need to play. Honestly, you know what we need to do? This is what I need to do. I should set up a sub goal where when we meet the goal, we dip into the pile of games that I've never played that 100% should have played. Like Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim, and Borderlands games. Yes, honestly, Inscription. I want to play modded Inscription. Because I played through Inscription 1 and it was so good. I loved it. But the mods for that game go so crazy and I really want to play it, but I just haven't taken the time to go through it. You're going to skip my favorite game of all time. I said I'm not going to skip it. I'm not going to skip New Vegas. I have Xbox, PlayStation, all I have is Switch. Oh wait, is New Vegas not your favorite game, Melly? Oh, Fallout 3? See, I've only heard people talk about New Vegas. I haven't heard people talk about just 3 by itself. Fine, I'll also throw in Fallout 3. In fact, we'll combine it. We'll do Fallout 3 / New Vegas. We'll do the whole thing. Alright? We'll have that be a sub goal. Is that better? That we'll just have that? We'll have like I'll set up like a vote thing. Maybe on like a YouTube poll on the community tab or whatever. Or even Discord too. We'll combine it. F it, we'll do the whole thing. And then we will see what games y'all are just like, hey, play this game and we'll make it a sub goal. How's that sound? That's a mod. It mixes the 2 games. Oh, I thought it was a DLC. I didn't realize it was a mod. Melly's like, no, you're going to play Fallout 3. It's like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're gonna play that game. No sub goal. No nothing. You're gonna play that game. Give you my left kidney if you play any of the Far Cry games. I haven't played any Far Cry. 0 Far Cry. None of it. Now, what I will say, I don't think it's comparatively. I don't think it's comparing it. But I have played like 99% of Assassin's Creed's game. It's really the stream actually reading my comments. Sorry, I mean, do you want me to not read your comments? I mean, I could ignore you if that's what you prefer, X-Star. Why would I start with 5 first? Why 5? What's so good about 5 that y'all are raving about it? Is it like the best one? Oh, I'm sorry, X-Star. Well, luckily you're in a smaller stream, so you all can... There's only like 6 of ya, so I can follow. And now if there's like 100 of you talking, I'm not gonna be able to catch up. Oh, is that the Colt one? Maybe I'm thinking of Far Cry 6. Is there a 6 one? Oh yeah, is it the Colt one where it's just like almost like religious Christian America or something like that? Yikes, but you don't have to play the games. 4 is bad. 6 is with a dictator. Yeah, I think I was thinking of 6. 5 with like... Okay, all right. We'll... You know what? We'll throw Far Cry 5 in the bin. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually... I'm pulling up my streamer hub. I'm pulling up my games to play tab. Currently on my games to play, I have Hitman, in which we make Mama Dodo a suit with a silenced pistol. We're gonna put down Far Cry 3, or Far Cry 5, not 3. I'm just kidding. Haha. We're gonna put Fallout 3 / New Vegas. All right. Is there any other game? Okay, we have Hollow Knight, right? Because Hollow Knight is pretty based. We have Undertale. What other games? I'm adding everything to the list. Oh, thanks, Ratty. Appreciate it. Ooh, yes, Bug Snacks. I remember you talking about that. Bug Snacks. That would be pretty fun. Jurassic World made a game? Is it the Park Sim? Because I played the Park Sims. They're pretty based. I actually like them. They're a little... They kind of lack depth a little bit, but they're still good. Yeah. No, I played both of those, Ratty. I love those games. I can do it on stream too if you all want to do that, but they don't let people play Binding of Isaac on Switch for 14-year-olds, but they allow it to play. No. Wait, they don't allow people to play Binding of Isaac on Switch? What? Oh, there is one game. So we're again way off topic, but at this point, who cares? The new Monster Hunter game that's coming out next year, we're gonna go really hard in. Like the Monster Hunter Wilds. Storm, get out of here. You got that one, cute boy? Or should I ban it? I don't want a ban-unban situation again. Oh man. Just made myself food so I don't pass out. Yeah, good. Be sure to do that. Because man, I don't want you passing out. Man. Appreciate you, cute boy. Enjoy the meal. They allow you, but it's only for older age group. I mean, it is Binding of Isaac. They have a lot of... Don't get me wrong. When it comes to things of that nature, I think the idea of like, oh, younger people can't handle it is a little... It's like, really? But, you know, I get it. So Bug Snacks is the other one on there. The park ones, we can dip back into it, but I've definitely played those previously. Because it's a dinosaur game, so of course I played it. And then I talked about the new Monster Hunter game coming out next year. That's going to be on our list of... I have some interesting ideas to move forward with that. Is there any other games y'all are just like, I need you to play this? Because apparently Far Cry 5, y'all are like foaming at the mouth over. So I will definitely... That's on the list. But is there anything else that y'all can think of? I could also just do like random ones that we could do like a Binding of Isaac stream and stuff like that too, if we want to do that. I would have to brush the cobwebs off because I haven't played that game in God knows how long. But that's a fun game to have. There's a sequel to Far Cry 5 called Far Cry New Dawn. All right, then I will put a / New Dawn on it. If we can double dip, I think that's the best way of moving forward. Which is why I'm thinking like Fallout 3 and then Fallout 3 New Vegas would be like, we would go from one to the other. Yeah, we already wrote down Bug Snacks. We got that one. Oh no, you last of your playthrough? Oh. Damn. Did like someone die that wasn't supposed to? Oh. BioShock series. The whole series. I'm not kidding. I love that series. And that would go so hard in what we're doing in my streams. That would just go so hard. I love Bioshock series. Every one of them is so fucking good. Oh, Turok Dinosaur Hunter. All right, we'll add it because I haven't played that one. Really want to play Bugsnax. I've heard really good things. One of my friends played, like, it really got into it. And it seems like such like a goober game. It seems like a good time. It kind of gives me Slime Rancher vibes. You know what I'm talking about? Because I did love Slime Rancher 2. Speaking of which, I haven't played the DLC for Slime Rancher 2. That came out, I want to say like 6 months ago at this point. So, you know. All right. Well, if y'all can think of anything, let me know or put it in the Discord or something. And what we'll do is that once the affiliate thing goes through, we'll do like a sub goal, and then we will vote for which one goes first. We'll complete that one on the sub goal, and then make a new sub goal, make a new vote, and then we'll just go through that way. I thought so. Hold on. Let's make sure I'm not talking out of my ass real quick. Slime Rancher, robots in disguise. Where are you? Slime Rancher. There's the new add to cart. They made like a new gadget one. I thought they made like a frozen one. Come rain or slime. Dynamic weather hits the island. That was something more recent. Where was the one that I was thinking of? It was like you brought like yeah, Song of the Sabers. Glacial. There's like they added like a glacial island off the coast, and there's like walrus slimes. And then looks like they also made another one where there's more dynamic weather, and they added a few more extra slimes that way. And yeah. So that looks pretty fun. So we could dip into that. Slime. We'll just do Slime Rancher. We might just do a new playthrough. And then crap, what was it? Oh, I'm throwing this in the list because I love it. Potionomics. I love Potionomics. I go hard in Potionomics. I love that game. But I also know Potion Craft. I did like one stream of that, and you know, it was a good time. But I've been getting good feedback on YouTube saying like, do more of this, do more of Potion Craft, please. So I'll also throw that in there too, and see if y'all would like to see like a full playthrough of that. Oh, Potionomics? Hydra. Okay, listen. First, I'm checking the Potionomics thing, because if so, that might be higher on the list. Hydroneer is one of those games that will just devour my time. It's similar to Satisfactory, where it's just like I get in my head about it. How many hours have I put into it? I put 46 hours. That's not a lot, but Hydroneer is one of those games. We're not casually playing Hydroneer. We're going hard in Hydroneer. So that's a maybe, only because like that's not a few weeks. That's a month. That's a month of Hydroneer. Let me look at Potionomics real quick, because if they did a thing, especially if they made it where you could play the game without that time limit, cute boy, if you get Hydroneer, we're totally doing co-op. Let's do some co-op with Hydroneer. I would be so stoked to play Hydroneer with you. I would be so stoked to play Core Keeper with you. In fact, I would just like to play with you, cute boy. You know what? I said it. Entertain the idea of Pokemon friend lock. Yeah. Pokemon friend lock with viewers. I have no idea how that would work, but we're adding that to the list. Is it Chatlog? Is that the official name of it? Again, I have no idea what this is, so I'm just going off of y'all. Y'all could be just messing with me, for all I know. Because I also saw like I like Pokemon Fusion. Well, I would still put in parentheses because it's a good thing. It's cool. But Pokemon Fusion was pretty cool. If you can combine it, that'd be good. Terraria. We'll add it to the list. I feel that's similar to Hydroneer. I might make it like a Hydroneer. Let's make it like a separate section where it's just Hydroneer, Terraria, and like those kinds of games where it's just like I feel like we should be better with people. Well, like the more people that we can get into that kind of game, the better the experience is going to be. Yeah. All right, where are you, Potionomics? Where are you? I want to see if there's any DLC happening. Potionomics. Potionomics. I'm not seeing any DLC. Hold on. Let me check the store page. No, there's just an art book, which is, I might get. The art in Potionomics is fucking phenomenal. Let's Google it. Inky boy. An update? I mean, the last update that I'm seeing on Potionomics was back in January. Potionomics update. Potionomics update coming October 22nd. Developed, Masterwork coming to consoles. No, that's coming to consoles October 22nd. Wait, hold on. Alright. It says Masterwork editions come to consoles in the fall. You ever played Prehistoric Kingdom? It's like Jurassic World Evolution with paleo-accurate dinos. No. Let's add that to, like, for me to check out. Games to check out. Prehistoric Kingdom. It looks good enough. I'll take that. I'll take a look at that. Portal? Ooh, Portal. I did play Portal, but it's been a hot minute. So we'll add Portal to the list. Possible Portal. Y'all have a lot of P names for these kind of things. Let's see here. Yeah, it says that they're working on doing a Switch one coming in the fall. You think we should leave it there? That makes sense. We have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12. Arc is going on to the Hydroneer Terraria section, which is game that will take up a god amount of time. We will need a month of. Which also is Elden Ring DLC is in the same section. 12 is a lot. No, we're gonna cut that down to like 10 maximum. Hopefully we can. I'm probably just gonna cut that down to 5, and I'm going to use like the weight of how many people seemed interested when we first mentioned it versus, you know, and then we'll just kind of dip more and more into it. Appreciate you, Puff Pal, reeling us in. Someone's got to. Couldn't be me. This stream was about game dev, right? Let's see here. But I just want to finish looking at seeing Potionomics. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, wait. No, I guess... Oh, no, wait. In our upcoming update, yeah. It is October 22nd. Yeah. I'm seeing the tweet now. So, next month. Sure. Let's see here. Well, let me put it this way. Let's look. I would normally pull it up, but here we go. Here's a little bit. Let's see if I can turn the code enough off. Because as of right now, there's an error keeping me from being able to move forward. Let's do... Where are you? Where are you? I'm so sorry. Zoom object. Here we go. Let's turn this off. Then we're going to turn these off. We need to turn off all the tween stuff. Put that. Okay. Is that good enough? Is that good enough to play it? Nope. Okay. How about now? Why is that better? Oh wait, hold on. No. I know what it is. I need to turn that on, put that on, and then this needs to be pass. There you go. Okay, fine. Let me turn it off and then I'll hit save. There we go. Save. There you go. Are you happy now? There we go. I was gonna say, looks pretty good so far. I don't. Oh yeah, from showing the 3D. Okay. Here we are. Unfortunately, I have to put screen shares to see it. So the way that this game is going to go is you will receive a phone call here. The printer receipt will just kind of be like a log of the decisions you make in the history of what you've done so far in the game. You would be able to click it to see the caller ID, etc. You'll be able to see the map and everything that's going on there. Once you make a decision on the if the person on the other end of call is real or not, you then go to the dial-up here, and then you put, there's like essentially kind of like letters associated for every emergency vehicle. So like police will be A, EMT will be B, and then fire trucks will be C. So if you need to send 1 police, 2 ambulance, and 1 fire truck, it's 1A, 2B, 1C. You click the appropriate one, all the vehicles go where they need to go, and then while that is happening, you're answering more calls, but you can turn on the 2-way radio to hear what is happening from the results of the decision that you have made. And then slowly these little purple houses will turn red if you were to lose connection, like phone line connection, which is the game telling you basically like, hey, this place has been taken over. You will not be receiving calls from this location anymore. And you will slowly have the map turning more and more red until eventually you're pretty much the last one on the bottom right. So that's where we're at. What I want, let's see if it'll do it right now. No. Because I'm messing with the interaction right now, it's probably not showing up. But what I want is that I want to click the computer, and then it goes from this current main camera. If we look into the 3D, if we look at the perspective of the 3D, so this is what we're looking at, right? This is the 3D camera. And then if I want to click the computer, I then go to this screen. So it zooms in from the main one to this point, and then it becomes full screen. And then when you click again, then you go to this screen. And then it's the same for the phone, where it goes to here, and then the same for the printer, where it goes to here, right? We want to make it so that when we click on an object, we quote-unquote zoom in, very similar to like FNAF style zoom in, where you click on an object and it kind of like brings you closer to it. That's what we're trying to figure out currently, is how to code that appropriately. And once we get that interaction done, then we can try to code in our imposter system, which is the spread of like how fast we want it to kind of spread, how slow we want to go about it, how do we want it to respond to our decisions, things of that nature. And actually, Thanks, Xstar. I appreciate it. It's certainly a work in progress. It was a game that I anticipated I would only need 3 months to do. Let me tell you, it has been longer than 3 months by a considerable margin. But you know, I very much underestimated how much time it will take when you don't know what you are doing. So yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're working with right now. So right now we are trying to make all the cameras a different scene. So in Godot, you have like different scenes inside of the program, and essentially they're like their own little hubs of interaction, right? You can have them interact outside of the hub you can have like interact with things outside of the scene, but I'm starting to learn that it's kind of like putting different layers in folders if you draw or do any kind of virtual drawing, not virtual drawing, but you know what I'm talking about. And so scenes are kind of like the folders that you would put different layers in, where you're grouping similar things together so that you can, when you interact with that one thing, it only interacts within itself, and it's easier to find. And as you can tell, I have a crap ton of stuff happening over here. But even then, like I have where is the scene? Like the viewport scene has like the map and all that and all the houses and stuff. I will have to probably break this down further, but like there's a lot going on right here. Take a game FNAF now. Do you think that could maybe be made in 3 months? If you put a lot of ideas add your game, you will take longer because you're adding those ideas. Yeah, it's true. But like I put together what really put a damper on the timeline was just me running into problems where there was like a bug that I couldn't move forward with, or there was something that I was trying to do but I couldn't figure out how to go about it in the correct way. So I definitely planned for everything to move forward in I think a reasonable amount of time. But another big like wrench in the original schedule that I had, and this is a good life lesson to y'all as well, is that I anticipated I would be doing 3 days of game dev. So my original streaming thing was Monday, Wednesday, Friday game dev, and then Tuesday, Thursday video games. That was the original stream that I was rocking, and then also Sunday like casual stream, right? And I found that by the time Wednesday came around, or like essentially when I was doing that, I was only getting like maybe 1-2 hours worth of game dev before my brain would just shut off. Like I could not think anymore. So then I leaned it back so that we only did 2 and 2 and just gave me a free day in the middle of the week. And that helped. And thinking like, oh, now I can actually put the full 4 hours into game dev like I really want to. And that's helped. But that also means that's minusing a whole day in the schedule that I have planned. That is considerable considering that I'm only doing game dev while I'm streaming. I'm not like doing this off stream. So I'm only doing 4 hours. I'm only essentially doing 8 hours of game dev a week. Even though I'm gonna put only in quotations. 8 hours a week is a lot. But it's not like I'm not a full-time game dev. You know what I'm talking about? So what was I even saying with this? I lost the narrative. Anyway, game dev's hard, but we're making it, and I refuse to give up on this game. Well, I'm not that I refuse to give up on this game, but I refuse to not finish it. Does that make any sense? I think there's a difference in mentality between those two things. Between giving up and making the decision of finishing. Because sometimes you do need to be like, oh, I need to cut ties with this. This is not good. Versus like, I want to finish this to get this to the completion stage, right? All right. Okay. So we got the main camera in its own scene. Excellent. Amazing. Beautiful. So how do we add the camera to it? I see the attached script. We can have a reparent. We can make scene roots. No, we don't want that. Can we just double dip? So if we go to camera switch, open. Do you want to override it? No. This game called Carlson. The developer of the game still hasn't finished it, and people kept on rushing him. And he has been off YouTube for a long time, and everyone's still asking him the question, what happened to Danny? Oh, wow. Hopefully they're doing all right. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot. Listen, I do want to make a game. I do love game development, but I am moving forward with making my business and trying to do as many different eggs as possible. I don't want all my eggs to be in the same basket. It's why I'm doing streaming. It's why I'm doing YouTube. It's why I have TikToks and all that other kind of stuff. And then I'm also making a game, and I'm also making art. And eventually I also plan to make music. And that sounds like I'm spreading myself very thin, which is true. I kind of am. But at the same time, then I'm not having to depend on one specific thing. And I also don't have to make a living off of only doing one specific thing. And that's in no short help from y'all. Y'all are helping me make that come true. You know? It's not that I have to make thousands of dollars in one thing. It's only a couple hundred in 5 or 6 things. Right? He has 3.56. Oh. Million followers? Wait, hold on. He has 3.56 million followers? Yeah. Listen. Don't come at me because I'm being sincere for y'all. Yeah, especially when it comes to burnout. Burnout is so real that you have to be really careful, and you have to learn how your body and your mind reacts to that kind of stuff. Because I'm still learning about that, and I'm in my 30s. So if there's any words of wisdom I was to give, is to learn those signs of how your body tells you and how your mind tells you, how to when to step back and when to put the brakes on things before it gets too bad. Because I'm still recovering from my first burnout, which was 4 or 5 years ago at this point, where I got so burned out that my mental health wasn't very much in question. I was losing control of the way I was thinking. And ever since then, my line of when I burn out is so much more sensitive than it ever was, before that moment. So it's just something that you just have to pay attention to. And be kind to yourself. We're all only human. Except for me. I'm an undead dodo. So. Alright, how are we going to add this? Let's designate tile scene. Because we could copy it. We could duplicate it. What we could do what can we do? Because, okay, if we were going to put the camera in normally, we would open up the scene in the main camera, and then in the main camera put all the other cameras in there. and then it would be like, hey, I want to move from this camera to this camera to this camera to this camera, and everything is good. If I... Maybe I should give up the idea that I like trying to make it convenient. Like maybe I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot with trying to make it convenient for when I move something, it's attached to it. Maybe I just need to give up that idea and just do the... It's better to have the cameras appropriately switch and we move forward with that versus the convenience of not having to manually move the camera again if we move the 3D models. Maybe I'm just holding on to something for convenience when it's not necessarily needed, and that's causing problems. I just realized I looked at Terraria and looked how many hours I played. Went up to 220. You've played a considerable amount of Terraria, my friend. Let's see. Let's at least try to make it happen. So if we go back to camera switch. That's a little number. Most every player's like, yeah, I mean, that's what I say about Satisfactory. I have almost 800 hours, and that's not small, but compared to some people, it's very small. Some people have thousands and thousands of hours in that game. All right. Let's see. We're gonna want Godot. Camera switching tween. I think it was this one.
In this tutorial, I'm showing you how...
Yeah, it was this one. Which I ended up liking because his editing and the way that he talks for this is very, very good. They did a very good job. I think I saw someone have 200,000 hours. Ooh, that's like Path to Exile level the amount of hours. You know what I mean? I should probably say, you know what I mean. That I feel like that's a nothing sentence, and I say that a lot. I'll try to stop saying that. All right, we have camera transition. Right. Inside this, we have camera transition, camera 2D, camera, and then a tween. That's what we have going on. So I guess what we could potentially do is just make a separate scene as a test scene. Try to kind of duplicate this situation. And then once we get it working inside Godot from what we've copied, then try to translate it to what we want to happen. Because it could be something as simple as like, maybe we just need to add a tween in the main 3D area, you know? Or maybe we need to make a separate scene for, maybe the 3D area isn't as uniform as I thought it was going to be. Because in the main 3D area, right, we have the main camera and we have all the different objects, including the main menu or the pause menu, right? So maybe I just need to accept that there needs to be a tween out here as well. Maybe. I think that's probably a good idea. So we're gonna make a new scene. Set as main scene. No, create new scene. The scene name is gonna be, we're gonna have a 3D scene. The scene's gonna be camera switch test. Okay, we have camera switch test. And what we're gonna do is that we are going to attempt there we go, to make what they have going on right here into this, see if we can get it to work. And if we can get it to work, then we try to translate it. So we want camera switch test. And then camera 2D, so we're gonna have camera 3D and then a tween. No. Add child node, camera 3D, and then why do I keep on hitting that one? Tween. So they don't have tween here. Hold on. Wasn't there something here? After transitioning, create tween, ease out. Tween to complete, tween finished. Tutorials we'd like to see next. Do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord. It's in the socials. Feel free to join up. With 3.5 the scene. As the scene tree tween was added in 3.5. What is the scene tree tween? Here we go. Let's see this. Lightweight object for Discord general purposes. I got Discord on the brain now next time. Lightweight object used for general purpose animation via script. Scene tree tween is a tween managed by a scene tree, as opposed to tween. It does not require instantiation of a node. Okay. Or more lightweight than an animation player, so they are very much suited for simple animations or general tasks that don't require visual tweaking provided by the editor. This can be used in a fire and forget manner for some logic and normally can be done by code. You can e.g. make something shoot periodically by using a looped callback tweener. I will never not find the word tweener hilarious. It's so funny. It's like I'm an 8-year-old hearing the word butt or fart. It is so funny to me. I don't know what about the word tweener is so funny, but it is. It makes me laugh. It's so... I don't even know. I don't even know. It sounds like a different word for poop or something. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't give slur energy. It gives like just another word for something that we already associate as funny. Like it's barely even a curse word in my brain. It's I don't know, man. It's in the same mental grouping as like just fart jokes or penis jokes, you know. just like inappropriate jokes. Tweener is in there. Tweener is in the same group as inappropriate jokes. That's where it belongs, and I don't know why. Oh, maybe is it what is the weenus? The elbow, the part of your elbow that's called a weenus. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe my brain is kind of saying like, oh, it's like weenus, and it's like, let's check out my weenus. So dumb. Can be created by using either scene tree create tween or node create tween. Scene tree created manually by using the create that are invalid. Created manually are invalid. They can't be used for tweening values, but can do manual interpolate value. Tween it. Oh no, it's evolving. Oh no. We need to get a tweenus emote. Oh gosh. And then tween animation, adding tweeners to the tween object using tween property, tween interval, tween callback, and tween method. Okay. So this one, let's see if we can understand it, because this is part of the main reason why we are not just going off of just a tutorial, right? Is when we are given code, can we like understand what what is happening? So variable tween get tree to create a tween. So this is what creates a tween. This statement. We create a variable called tween. Then we make the property have the sprite name that we give it, then modulate, and then turn the color red. I don't know what the one is. Maybe it's like one means, maybe it's like 0, 1, where it's like on, off. Or if it's 0, it's off. If it's 1, it's on. Maybe? I don't know. Then turn the sprite scale vector to 1. Then tween callback sprite Q free. So the way I see this is you turn it the color red, then you make it bigger. You definitely change the size. I don't know what vector 2 with nothing in it will do. And then the Q free, then it calls back once it's done. Welcome to the Discord, X-Star. Love having you. And I announce when I go live and all that stuff too. So as of right now, I think most of our conversations are about art. But we also have some game dev stuff too, if you're interested in that. Also, by the way, I have a recommendation section. If y'all have any stuff that you want to see in the Discord or any particular things to change, feel free to just throw your hat in the ring on that. It is a constantly changing scene. Sequence will make the sprite turn red, then shrink. So I guess doing scale, then vector to nothing makes it shrink to nothing. Before finally calling node cube free to free the sprite. So I guess freeing the sprite means that it isn't there anymore. So it's just like, it goes, right? Tweeners are executed one after, executed. My God. Tweeners are executed one after another by default. This behavior can be changed by using parallel set parallel. When a tweener, I need to stop laughing every time I read it, is created when one of the tween methods, a change method called, can be used to tweak the properties of this tweener. You might have messaged me. All right. Okay. Once I get to a decent place and not distracted, I'll check it out. A chain method call can be used to tweak the properties of this tweener. For example, if you want to set a different transition type, you can use set trans. Okay, so we have set trans, trans sign, trans bounce. Oh, so I guess it's like the different transition types is similar to like how do we want it to move from one end to the other? Like, do we want it to kind of like speed up and then slow down? Do we want it to slow down and then speed up? Do we want it to just kind of like blink and you got it? All right, okay. It's a trans bounce. So like when it goes smaller, it bounces? Or maybe that's the fast slow thing. Most of scene tree tween methods can be chained this way too. In the following example, scene tree tween is bound to running script node and a default transition is set to tweeners. Wow, this is my second stream I've ever watched on Twitch. Oh, well, hopefully you've been enjoying your time here. To be honest, I'm not much, before I started streaming, I was really wasn't much of a Twitch watcher myself. And that, I think that shows. Oh, thanks, X-Star. I appreciate that you're willing to try something new just to watch me. That means a lot. Get tree between bind node self get trans elastic. Is bound to the running scripts node. Weird. I was built on Lamb to bounce on that tween. Oh no. Oh my. Oh man. Maybe she bounces on that tween. Oh no, it's equivalent to penis now in my brain. Oh. I'm never gonna not be thinking that now. Damn it. I think I need to hang up my game dev hat now. I'm gonna have like good, thoughtful conversations with like game developers in the future, like real, I wouldn't say actual ones, but like who are much more professional than me, and they're just gonna casually mention tween, and I'm going to laugh every time, and it's gonna be so inappropriate. Oh, I'm a child. Anyway. I don't really know what the whole bound to running script nodes is. Those are definitely English. I just don't understand what the heck it means. Tweenus. The Bean Brothers, no! No! Not the Bean Brothers. They would definitely be a Team Rocket trio. Yes, I do X-Star. The last time we played Cult of the Lamb was the first time we actually managed to get that working. So, I do have the Twitch interactions there. Of course I would, or at least I certainly would have tried, which I did. Another interesting use of scene tween is animating arbitrary sets of objects. Maybe something like this? Create tween. So the variable tween equals create tween, and then for sprite in get children, tween.tween property is sprite position vector 2 1. Maybe. Your game is harder? Yeah. Or it could be easier, depending how nice you feel like being. And I already have it on hard mode, so it's already kind of difficult. That game, the difference between normal and hard on that game is actually a lot steeper than I thought it was going to be when I first chose that. All children of node are moved one after another to position 0, 0. Okay. You should avoid using more than one scene tree tween per object property. Quick chat, guess how many times he says, no, do not count. Do not count. Function animate if tween kill. You should avoid using if two or more. There's gonna be a lot happening right now because I'm trying to learn about it. Okay, so here are the methods, right? So this is usually when they lose me. Custom stab, bool, loops parallel. Process, speed, scale, set, transition type. Okay. Signals finished, loop finished, step finished. Was it enumeration? Okay, what is that supposed to be? Will process when that node can process. Otherwise, it's the same as tween pause stop. Scene, tree, tween, bind node. Binds with the given node. Scene tree tweens are processed directly by the scene tree, so they run independently of the animated nodes. When you bind a node with a scene tree tween, the scene tree tween will halt the animation when the object is not inside the tree, and then will be automatically killed when the bound object is freed. Okay, so it sounds to me, if I'm understanding this correctly, binding a scene tree tween to the node means that it's a way to make it so it automatically happens when it's added, and then when it's gone, it stops. So instead of having like code saying like, when this enters, do this, and when it leaves, and it does this, you have where it just automatically does that. It just does it on its own. You don't need extra code. You're good to go. Used to chain two tweeners. Okay, interpolate value. We used a manual interpolation of a value. Starting value for the interpolation. Stop counting, Dexstar. Stop it. Stop counting. In the time in seconds. Okay, I think we don't need this one. Bool is running. Bool is valid. That just seems like a sentence. Parallel. Pause, play, ease, loops. You want it to run twice. We don't need loops. Maybe pause? When scene tree is paused. So, like, if we have a pause, then it acts a particular way while it's paused. And then when we select something to make it so it unpauses and then goes maybe the opposite direction. Maybe. Gosh, tweens are so complicated. Okay, let's open this one again. Pause it. Pause it. I said pause it. Let's look at one that's like maybe more like recent. Trying to figure out how to switch a camera location to a different room when the player enters it. The camera is in a stacked position for each room and will switch whenever the player enters a different area. However, I can't seem to figure out how to do this. Someone please help. Amen. Well, first you need to know when the player has entered a room. Okay, this would be basic ID to complete the objective. It would then be needed to connect to something, maybe a game manager or the camera itself. When the player enters the area, the signal is emitted. Set the position of the camera. Okay, first of all, I understand the mentality behind it. I need to know the effing code. How do I tell the game to do it? Click on the Area 3D scene view. Get out of here. Click the Inspector Node tab. Attach a body entered signal. Find a player rigid body. Attach the group name. Copy paste. Better yet, make the collision shape resource, dropping it. Drop down. Choosing make unique, and you'll edit the shape of every 380 resources shared between nodes. Cool. No one decided to share their coding. Based. All right. Damn it. Let's try this one. Seems a little short. So we have character, canvas layer, and then inside the container we have like the button, right? We can ignore. So this is where I kind of got the idea for naming each one. I feel like every time someone tries to go sponsor for Opera GX, I can't do it. Literally all. Oh. I mean, I like Opera GX personally. I'm not sponsored by them in any kind of way. But I've liked it. But, I mean, again, I am somebody who has, like, an ungodly amount of windows and or tabs open. And if I had Chrome, all my memory would be gone. So, there you go. So I was like, I need something, but I'm not going to internet. I considered Firefox, but I did it for Opera. Okay. So they did the ease in translinear property. See, this is where I tried to do before, and it wouldn't let this happen. So essentially, like, because they're just, this finds all this. I don't have any mods for Opera GX. I didn't even realize there, I mean, obviously there probably were, but I didn't. I'm vanilla. I don't really do anything with it. Actually, no. I think I do have ad blocker, if I remember correctly. Because I was having a lot of issues with some sites had like crazy amount of ads. But I think that's it. And then character 1. No, this found character 1. Okay, so this was just like there. Okay. No, the mods basically means you can have weird style to it, so you can have like Minecraft style. Oh. Well, then the same answer. Nothing. I do not have anything. So this person made it so that you just go from one to the other just by adding it in there. Okay, let's try what we did for this one. So we'll do... You seen the GX corner? You mean like the kind of like when you start like a new tab and it'll tell you like all the things that you could get? Is that what you mean? Let's do another camera 3D. Okay. The top left corner? Oh, this? Where it shows like all the different games and stuff? Yeah. I have seen that one. Then you get to see what kind of games come out. It's pretty cool. We'll do like object camera 1. Object 1, and then object 2. And then this is like main camera. Right? So essentially we're trying to duplicate this, but like in our own different version, which is we have our main camera, and we want the main camera to go to object 1, and then go to object 2. Well, what we'll do is that we'll actually put a like sprite to it. There we go. Object 1. This is object 1 camera. And this is object 1. This is object 2 camera. That's GTA 6 leak? What is? Oh, there's no one else chatting except me. Well, other people are just vibing. Y'all don't need to talk if you don't want. Ain't gonna make y'all do that. The hell? I appreciate you talking. What is GTA 6 leak though? Alexis? What I'm doing right now? Alright, see you, Alexis. Oh. Not much yourself? Hopefully you're doing well. I was gonna say. I am making a game. We're making an indie horror game, and right now I am trying to put together some camera switching and finding a way to do it in a really simple manner, because I've been trying to make it work for what I have, and it's not working. So I'm basically going to basics, try to get to understand it, and then translate accordingly. There were so many people chatting, and then they just all went. Yeah, they're just doing other things. They're just vibing. Now, usually when there's a bunch of people talking and then all of them go quiet at the same time, I will say I check my OBS to make sure we didn't drop. What happened to the previous game you made? No, this is the same game. It's just making kind of like a different scene. And I never finished it, by the way. It's still very much in process. I have not finished making a game yet, but we're working there. We're working. Yeah, so like main camera, and then we have an object with the camera, and then object with the camera. So the object one will just give like there we go. And then object 2 will be like what? Why? Oh, that's the camera. Okay. We'll have you be like here. And then we'll change this location. Where's geometry? Where are you? Where's the... Not geometry. Transform. We'll put you like... Okay, that's a little too far. Like 3. There you go. Or maybe like 2. There. I'm just playing Metopia. I have this in the background. Oh. Yeah, Cupway canonically hates me. No, the lore basically is this is an indie horror game where you are a 911 operator as a town slowly gets taken over by these monsters that can mimic their voices. And your job is to determine the person on the other phone is actually a person, or if it's a monster that has taken their place, and then you send the emergency personnel accordingly, depending on that decision. At the moment, that decision is more policemen. And you try to save as many people as you can for as long as you can, as the town slowly gets taken over until you are the last person alive. That's pretty much the short and sweet of it. Nothing super crazy, but I love it. I like it. Let's see. So now we are going to make a new script. Camera switch test. Yeah, we'll do that. What does it sound like that analog? It's very similar, or it's definitely inspired by a lot of analog horror adjacent things. Like I love analog horror, I love SCP, I love mimics and things of that nature. Oh my god. Lore is expected to revolve around 2 main characters, a man and a woman who are believed to be modeled after an infamous body clock. There are appearances of Brazil leading to the separation. What is this? Driven by revenge, take different paths, and brother joins a government agency? What? What? What is all that? The cartel responsible to test. Why does what star? Sorry, I got distracted by that. Alright, extends node. We want on ready variable object 1 equals, oh, let's do camera 1. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Camera 1 and then camera 2. That's what we'll do. Right, lore GPT. Oh, that's hilarious. I was like, what is that? And some messages go faster than others. Yeah, you're good, X-Star. Just let me know if there's anything I can answer. I just got confused is all. Camera 1. We could do an analog horror watch party if possible. We could. We could definitely do that. I mean, I would love to like go through all of them and watch it with y'all if you want. Not today, of course, but that could be something we could do Sunday if you want to do that. Sunday chill day and all that. And then we do the name of them. We'll do camera 1. We'll do that. Okay. Then we do on ready variable camera 2 equals object camera 2. Then actually before any of these, at on ready variable main camera equals main camera. Let's develop a game with everyone in the chat. I mean, yeah, exactly. Y'all giving feedback, giving kind of ideas, things that sound right, things that don't sound right, points of view that I didn't consider. It's actually very rewarding. Plus, you know, it can be fun for y'all. If you eat socks and your favorite numbers in the alphabet is purple, how many waffles are you going to put in the toilet? Are you okay, X-Star? Do you smell toast? Are you good? Function. Looks like they got rid of ready and process, so let's do that. And then we're gonna do function on. No. This is where we do things, right? With the nodes. So the way they have this, frame visibility entered. So they have, okay, so they have a button press here. So we need to introduce a way for the interaction to happen. How do we have that for our main thing again? Let's see. Let's actually look at our zoom objects. Truly, certainly a conversation. We did camera event, so we did function zoom camera event position normal. Okay. I think if we, I think it's a zoom event if I remember correctly. So if we go to camera 1, it was tree property list script change. No, there was something that we were doing. What was it that we were linking? Like this function here was something that we used. But then I renamed it. Should I have not renamed it? It was an input event. I remember that. Yet I'm not seeing it anymore. Hey, it's your boy. What's up, my guy? How are you doing? Actually, I don't smell toast. I smell sounds. That is almost equally concerning. Unless that's a normal thing for you. How you doing, it's your boy? Unless you prefer it's your boy Dongo or Doggo. Up to you how you want to be addressed. Not my numpad buttons. So not that one. Where? So that's that one. I also hear colors, but that's usual. Oh, okay. Okay. Function computer zoom. We made this so this worked just fine, and then now suddenly it's not working fine anymore. let's do something. Let's do something here. We're gonna make this all. Where's the hashtag? Where are you? There you are. Boom. Oh, that's good. I also split the moon in half on a daily basis. Oh. Are y'all good? Are y'all okay? I don't know if y'all are okay. Alright, let's see if that fixes it. No, it's not there anymore. What happened? Why did our click thing worked at one point? But now it won't, it doesn't recognize. It doesn't recognize it anymore. Did I do something at some point? This game is about the game that I'm making. Is that what you're asking? Can you press Alt F4? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I could. I like this FNAF. Yeah, well, at least the interaction's very similar. It's about a 911 operator who is in a small town, and the town is slowly being taken over by these monsters that attack people in their homes and then try to convince you, the player, to send emergency personnel to their location so they can kill them. And your job is to determine if the person on the other end of the phone is in fact a real person or a monster. As it slowly takes over the town, and you try your best to save as many people as possible until eventually you are the last one alive. So, right now, I need to figure out why in the world did something that was working just fine, that had all the links to them, we had everything linked up and everything was good to go, suddenly decide to not do that anymore. They just kind of fell off, because I believe I made it so that, let's look at the main camera. There was something here where we attached it to this here and then renamed it Computer Zoom. Because if I remember correctly, in area 3D input event was used already. And that was here. But it's not here anymore. Oh, it was here. Yeah, it was here. Okay, so it was in this one. Collision Object 3D Input Event Camera. So let's do something. For whatever reason this happened, let's make this connect to main camera, and we're going to name it, this is the phone, phone zoom. Connect. See that now we have the little green thing. So now we do it. Then we click the phone. It shows up there. For whatever reason, our thing's disconnected. As of why, I have no idea. So now I'm going to have to go back and reconnect the Area 3Ds here. So, because of that, good thing I noticed that now, actually. I think I figured out why Godot is not working. Why is Godot not working, my guy? Okay, so this one is going to go Input event. Same deal. Except this one is going to be printer. Dang it, where is it? There we go, let's go down. Wikido is not working. Oh, if you try to send, next time. If you try to send a link, it will block it. Twitch is pretty on there for it. This is a GitHub link, by the way. Gotcha. Yeah. Unfortunate, but, you know, as far as the... How do the bots get the links through then, now that I think about it? Because whenever they spam, they come in and spam, they have a link. Yeah, when y'all are casually trying to give, like, good links to shit, it blocks you. Oh, man. Printer. Zoom. Connect. Then do the same thing here. Printer. Zoom. Connect. What happened here? Hold up. That's the Area 3D printer zoom input event. Why did it look like the main game 3D? Why did this come up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. I don't know why it went there. Yeah, here it is. Main camera. Edit. Nope. There we go. Main camera. Sync game. Yeah, exactly. That goes through just fine. But but y'all sending like, here's the thing for the Twitch for a friend of mine that obviously I recommend helping, like watching her streams. Like, nope, that's blocked. Y'all sending a GitHub for a game, for like us making game stuff. Nope, that's also blocked. Yeah, Twitch bots are bad. Luckily, I'm not so popular to the point where that's like a huge issue. It's just like maybe once a stream, we just have to ban like one of them kind of getting through. So I do have some plans as far as like some fun stuff that we could do with that kind of thing when they join up, where it's like they get eaten. We have like a little animation stuff with it, but nothing concrete yet. And then this one. This is the computer zoom. Connect. Excellent. Numpad zoom. Connect. And it's the same with numpad body mesh. Same deal. I don't think so. They do this more to unpopular people. Oh, really? Well, aren't there like more raids and things of that nature? And usually there's, at least from what I've seen, there's more like abuse cases as far as like bits and buybacks and all that other kind of stuff. Stop trying to post links. What's wrong with y'all? I just said they don't work. Were you trying to see if it works for you too, X-Star? What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, imagine that. Imagine it didn't work after we were talking about how it doesn't work. Radio zoom. Connects. There we go. Now let's check to make sure it's working correctly again. You're trying to Rickroll someone? Oh, okay. Well, good thing that one was blocked then. Alright, computer works fine. Radio works fine. Phone works fine. Printer and the paper works fine. Both the numpad and the numpad case works fine. Everything seems to be interacting as they should, as before. So now that we know that it is a area 3D thing that we need to do, what we will do is go back to our camera switch scene, and underneath the object we will add area 3D to them, to both of these, and then copy and paste that kind of interaction, or this interaction here, where they will move between the two. Add area 3D. Collision shape 3D as a child's. So we'll go ahead and collision. Same here. The shape is going to be, I guess, box. I was hoping for planar, not gonna lie. Height, world boundary, convex. Yeah, we'll just do box. Okay. And then now we'll do the area 3D. We will go to node, input events into the camera switch test. I will do it as on camera 1 click. We'll copy that. And then we'll do the same thing here. Same deal, except we'll do camera 2 click. There we go. I was trying to wrinkle something. What were we I wonder how strong the jaws of dodos are. Not very. Probably not. More than likely, she, if I were to guess, dodos would be nuts and berries. You don't get like super strong jaws unless the nuts are really tough or you're trying to go for bones. Bone crunchers. Hey, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Welcome. We're doing some game dev. We're doing some troubleshooting here as I'm trying to simplify the process and then take what we learn and actually apply it appropriately. Well, that's because Mama Dodo just got a big beak. And if Mama Dodo wants some extra strong jaws, I can make that for her. I am a paleomancer after all. So, switching out, getting some extra force behind that shouldn't be too difficult. We ain't dealing with just natural evolution here. We can manipulate as we so please. It's one of the reasons why Mama Dodo wanted a bigger beak, in case you can kind of tell. Like, don't get me wrong, Mama Dodo's beak is mostly a dodo beak, but it's not like 1-to-1 accurate. It's what she wanted. And as a paleomancer, how can I say no? You know what I mean? Well, I'm glad. What do budgies look like? Because don't get me wrong, I love all animals. Okay, so we have those functions, and then we have function, camera, transition, node, property, fin, val, whatever that means, and duration, variable tween equals create tween. That tween? Well, I'm glad. Well, basically, she just opens her mouth, open and close her mouth really quickly. Ha 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 ha. Set ease is tween dot ease in out set transition tween dot trans linear. Okay, what don't you like about this? Good, good. This is exactly what I wanted. Why'd I do a minus sign here? There we go. Why don't you like this? Parse error, identified or create, not declared in the current scope. Well, first of all, it's one too far. Oh, it's not dot, it's underscore. Is that good enough? Alright, that's good enough. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, yes. It's finally coming together. I get to do basic tween management, which feels like a weird way of saying a middle school teacher. Node property inval duration. Okay. Okay, so the bottom is how we do the transition. So it's kind of when we mess with this one, we mess how it does its thing. Then we have this. We've called the objects in place. We've now on click. Let's look at our original go at zoom object, and it was this one. This is our interaction here. If input is action just pressed select, which our select is our left mouse button. So the reason I didn't just do left mouse button is because in Godot we have a project setting specifically for inputs. Oh, okay. Listen, we're actually getting somewhere. This is a second bot. Hey, the link was blurred. Look at that. Look at that. So there we go. We got two. We're making it, chat. We had two bots today. Oh, look at that. We're really making our way up the food chain. Tell you that much. All right, let me just make sure that got taken care of real quick. Yep, cute boy already on it. Excellent, excellent. Muchas gracias, cute boy. Enjoy the meal. Don't eat too much though, it will rot your teeth. we summoned it. Anyway, the input map here, when people modify when people modify what buttons do what, the input map is what gets changed. So we actually did quite like a handful of streams with learning a lot about I was gonna say accountability. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. Accessibility. And with that is the ability to like making sure that people get to push the buttons that they are able to actually utilize. And you're unlucky as hell to get two different bots when you have average 4 viewers. I know, right? But hey, you know what? We're doing. That's what I'm saying. We're going up in the world. And then so we take that, right? We take the button map here. We make it so that whatever we deem as quote unquote select, which we have currently left mouse button, and whatever they change it to, we don't need to then make a whole, like, we don't have to put in a usage case for accessibility for this interaction. It just does it automatically, and we don't gotta worry about it. So that's why we do select instead of left mouse button. So that, if input is selection, now we do we call the function camera transition with camera 3D. Oh no, camera 2D? No. We're calling camera transition. Hold on. We move main camera. Let's see if I can figure this out. To the position of what did I name this? Camera 1. Camera 1 dot position. And then 4.0. And it takes 4 seconds to get there. I need to draw fastly a keyboard button for my game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I can talk. I know English. We welcome all artists here. So welcome. Enjoy. Draw. Do art. Create. Be. So I'm going to start a new game, Cult of the Lamb, and then tell the Cult of the Burb. Do it. I mean, mine's Cult of the Dodo, so there's no copyright infringement. So then we do this again. And then okay, let's get rid of this and then do this. And then, except for this one, we go to camera 2 position and then save it. Oh, I didn't do it all the way. There we go. Faction pressed, select. Camera transition, main camera. Position that. Is that it? Is that it? Okay, let's double check what we got going on. Was it talking about the game? Oh, all right, I'll draw something. Excellent. Yeah. I'm a developer. Listen, I talked about this the last stream, I want to say. I need to get better with how I go about... I don't want to say aspiring. I need to say, like, I am a game developer. I am an artist versus I'm an aspiring game developer. I'm an aspiring artist. I don't know, man. It's hard to get out of the mindset of, it's like, oh, I need to accomplish something before I can call myself it. And like, it's like, as long if I finish a game, I can say I'm a game developer. If I sell an art piece, then I can say I'm an artist. But I think I just have a bad definition of what those things are, and I'm confusing what is considered yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. I'm gonna just slide by. The way I define those things in my head to myself is what I think most people would classify as like professional, where it's like, I'm not calling myself an artist until like, then I'm what other people would say a professional artist, which is totally different things. So I don't know. I guess this is just a be kind to yourself. I mean, to be honest, X-Star, you make your own game. Go for it. Make a Cult of the Burb game. Let's see. Appreciate it, Lectus. Yes, right. I am looking for zoom object. This just has print. Okay, that's fine. All right. So, I guess what we can do then, we have everything here going. So if talk about real life, you mean, okay, now you've lost me. Are you talking about making a game called Cult of the burb. You're talking about making it in real life, right? No? You lost me. You lost me, X-Star. I'm trying to draw something that looks like the Cult of the Lamb Fox follower for him, but I can't get the first stroke done correctly. Bro, I know exactly how that feels. I know exactly how that feels. All right, let's give this a shot. If we understand this correctly, this should work. Wait. No, it shouldn't work. We're in a completely different space. Let's do this being our current. Save. Okay, no. Let's go back to our main game. Let's turn the main camera current off. And then try it again. Like a cult in IRL worshipping me. Oh, not game related. Okay. Yeah, that's called just joining the Discord, my guy. Just join the Discord. What do you think that's going to be about? If not about Mama Dodo. All right, we'll go back in. Phone, where are you? Office, phone, printer. No, wait. There you are. And there you are. Are any of these other ones also on? They should not be. Computer off, numpad off. All these other ones should be off. Okay, so now we're gonna try it. Listen, I may be a person behind the dodo. That don't mean I don't got dodo brains occasionally. Okay, so no, none of this. Okay, so the scene that I made doesn't mean anything. Okay. Well, the good news, I guess, is technically the way we did this is pretty straightforward. So I guess what we could do is just simply take what we've learned here, even though we did not actually get it to work, because I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It's a completely different scene. In 3D space, it's here, it's there. It should be working. It's not working. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Game development's hard, guys. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to our main game. And we're going to go back here. And what we're going to do... So the variable phone camera, printer camera, computer camera, notepad, blah, 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 blah. It's... I think stuff like this is exactly what it is. So if we did printer camera, it doesn't see anything. I think, wait. Can we like, printer camera, bring this back. Yeah, drawing is also very difficult. Ended up making a dog, bro. I mean, to be fair, that's close. That's close. If I was to give any recommendations, just utilize references more. When you're a streamer, I always am smiling. Aw, thanks, X-Star. Appreciate the compliment. I'm glad I'm making your day better. That's all that matters. Even though, especially since particularly game dev streams can be a little more boring compared to other ones. So I'm glad that I'm able to still be entertaining for y'all, as I'm doing something that can be a little dry. How? Okay, so we did. It's office / phone / phone camera. Actually, yeah. No, that's accurate. But then when I do just printer camera, it says it's fine. What? Yet when I do this one makes sense to me. Like, it linked it immediately. It knew. Is it because it's underneath it? Maybe because it's underneath it. So maybe I can't just call it. Maybe it has to be like the parent node in order to do it. So let's go back to main game. And then last time I did this, it really messed things up. So let's go ahead and put this under here. Okay. Not everything disappeared. Excellent. Okay. Let's now flag the things that won't let us start the game. Yeah! There it is. Main camera. Camera. Why can't I was gonna say. Slash. There we go. I try to make send out the VODs of that day at that day. Like on that day, because I go through a whole process as far as getting the shorts and doing all that kind of stuff. I also posted something recently on YouTube as far as some ideas I have with some of the leftover clips that I have. Well, making a tutorial for my game. All right, I mean, go for it, Electus. Go for it. And then, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no. So I usually post VODs either like later on that evening or early morning. So within, I would say, usually in around 6. Sometimes it goes so within 8 hours, depending on how long YouTube wants to take in the video, because it takes like 2 hours to process and an hour and a half to like actually make to like, well, 1.5 hours to process, and then for YouTube another 2 hours to process. So at the very least 4 hours if I'm like on it, and a lot of times I'm like not. Sometimes it will be like 3 hours into editing and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to put it on YouTube. So yeah. All right, let's try it again. Okay, we're good, we're good. So that's working now. So now what we're gonna do is let's go back to the printer camera, and we do printer camera, office printer camera. Okay, it leads it now. So when it comes to on ready, it has to be within the child of the parent of what you put it into. Excellent. We now understand on ready variable calls. It has to be the parent of the thing that you're putting it into, because it can only see everything in its child, if it's child of the parent. Okay. We're learning. We're becoming. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you have like a timer up on counting down for the stream to start? I did recently. There was like a Streamlabs add-on that I recently updated. Granted, you joined the Discord, so I give y'all usually like a 10 or 15 minute heads up that I'm about to stream, and then I post on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called now when I do go live. So usually I'm fairly timely. Today was a little different, but or consistent rather. But Discord is really the one where I interact with the most as far as like, hey, this is when I'm going live. This is what we're going to be doing. Hope to see y'all there. That kind of thing. Aw, thanks, Electus. Y'all are so sweet. I'm glad you've been enjoying yourselves and joined up here. You're buttering me up. Listen, you don't want an idealist with an ego, so be careful now. You know, would y'all want for me to look into having like AI generated subtitles for my streams? Because I've seen some streamers that have that, where they have like little subtitles that just kind of like pop up as they're talking. Would that help y'all kind of understand everything a little better? Because I can look into that. Plus we can turn something fancy with it. Could be a good time. In fact, I think that's what I will do. Let me... You two, do you have any wisdom that you can give me? Actually a bit. I'm gonna definitely... Let's take off display channel. Gonna do it tonight? Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna write it down right now for look into plugin for streaming AI CC. English CC. Yeah, perfect. To answer your question, Star, YouTubing. Well, let's. I'll break down my process for you, X-Star, to kind of give you a little bit behind the curtains, right? We do a stream. We have a good time. Why is it bird? Is he a bird? It's a Mama Dodo in a rubber duck costume, and the rubber duck costume is a play on rubber duck debugging, a process where a person who codes try to explain the problem to a rubber duck, and in the process come to the solution to the problem in our way to always come to solution to problems that we come across. Translate what someone writes, but it is very difficult to constantly translate someone's speech, and do this especially when you are dealing with something in the background. Yeah, no, we're gonna Q-Boy and I will gonna look at it tonight, and hopefully by next stream we'll have that in then, because that would be kind of interesting. Back to what I was saying to you, Star. So we do a stream, then I put the VOD, I download the VOD off of Twitch, then I edit the VOD, or I process the VOD in DaVinci Resolve, which is free. And by process, I mean essentially it kind of like gives better quality to it, because when it's right off Twitch, especially if you try to do directly from Twitch to YouTube, which you can do, by the way, you can just put it straight to YouTube from Twitch, but the audio quality especially is really poor in my opinion. And so I like going it through the DaVinci Resolve, have it processed through that, but know that is pretty taxing on your computer. So if you do not have a good computer to process video well, then the like straight from Twitch to YouTube should be, good enough, right? But luckily I built my computer, so I know my computer can kind of handle that kind of higher level processing, especially since I have like an i7. And so we process the video, which takes about an hour, like hour and a half or so. Then if I'm doing things correctly, I then download the now processed video straight to YouTube, in which for when you upload a video onto YouTube, you want to make it so that, in a best case scenario, you make your own thumbnails. You make good thumbnails that catch attention, that kind of creates kind of like curiosity. But for my live streams VODs, I don't do that because that's a lot of time consumption. It's a lot of effort and time, and I used to try to do that for my VODs, and I burned myself out because of it, especially since I'm streaming like 5 times a week. So it just wasn't a lot of time. Right? And then, so we get the videos on there, so then you put a little description. I like to put little timestamps in my videos, especially for VODs, for people that are just like, hey, I'm here for the game design. Stop rambling about whatever the hell we were rambling in the beginning. Snails, right? So I put timestamps. I'm like, hey, this is where I actually start doing game design stuff. This is where we're just kind of shooting the shit. And this is like the intro screen that I like to put in, right? So I do that, send it out, and that's pretty much good to go. Now, if you're like wanting to make edited videos, I would also still recommend DaVinci Resolve, because that's essentially how I do all my like short form content, which I think most of y'all are here due to some of the ones that I've made out there. So that's a program that I use. And like I've kind of watched a bunch of videos as far as like kind of texts, and then I've also looked at other YouTubers on how they kind of cut their stuff and edit their stuff, and just kind of look around at why do I click on the videos that I watch, and then trying to duplicate that. Yeah, CapCut. That one's I'm unfamiliar with, but I think the only other thing that I would let you know is, like, it's okay if it doesn't pop off. It's okay if, like, it doesn't do well. Try not to get obsessed with the numbers. I learned early that I had to work on my relationship with numbers, because in the beginning, I was both blessed and cursed to have, like, my third short ever give me like 10,000 views, something like that. And I felt so excited, and it was so cool, and it was so great. And then every other video after that did like the normal 400, and it felt really shitty. And it felt like I should be doing more, and I should be putting more out there and putting more effort and doing more work. And then the reality is you're just going back to your normal rate, right? And I learned that I had a very unhealthy relationship with numbers, where I had to kind of step back and be like, I need to understand that this is not about trying to get a bigger number. And so that is also something that I recommend, is that you need to go in it with the mindset that this is a long-term of investment that's going to take a long time to do. And yeah, you know me, the narcissist dodo. And it may take months, it take years, and you might get lucky, because I consider myself, I got lucky with some of the content I put out. Don't get me wrong, I think I do good work, and I think I do well, but not the kind of success that it kind of exploded. That is very much luck. So I also learned, trying to learn what works and doesn't work, especially with YouTube, is really difficult. And more often than not, just putting stuff out there and just doing it that way instead of trying to go viral, I feel is a much healthier mentality to have. Because I definitely tried to, like, okay, I'm going to look at the data, I'm going to look at what works and what doesn't work, or why YouTube pushed certain videos and didn't push certain videos, and like used keywords and different things. Nothing lined up. It was almost completely random what worked and didn't work. Some of the things that I feel like, oh, instinctively it's pretty much like the same thing, this should also do really, really well, and it did absolutely nothing. It just didn't get picked up. So now, I'm also not saying like you should be putting out 5 videos a day and you have to be consistent or put out the same video at the same time. It's very much just kind of like work with what works with you. Put out as many as you feel that is a healthy amount for you to give out. And the more that you put out, the more likely it will be picked up. That's all I can really say about it. I will say YouTube, as far as the different kinds of social media ones, post a short and the next day I had 1 view and then the next day it had 627. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it gets picked up, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it gets picked up way later. And that's the kind of beauty of YouTube in particular, is that it can be picked up like at any point because it stays there. And it may be a long time before it takes off, but it may take off. I make it short, but I can't exactly. I mean, I like making, I've learned that I really do like editing. I like making those shorts. I like making them funny. I like making interactions. I also like making fun of myself. I don't know if you all have been watching any of my short form, but there's a bit of a cheekiness where I kind of make fun of myself in the way that I do things and talk, and it's so good. Well, what is it that you like to do that you would want to put out there? Because I was going to say, like, YouTube, probably more than anything else, likes to push content that like helps people. So like learning. If you're trying to teach people something or you're trying to share expertise, YouTube really likes that kind of stuff. I made a first short and I got 147 views, and the next one got better. The one after that, I didn't really think it was funny. Yeah, some of the ones really took off, or just like, I thought this was a subpar one. I didn't think it was all that great. And then some of my favorite ones just never took off. So that's why I'm saying don't take it personally. It feels random. Then yeah, just put out moments that you feel that you would want to share with people, or you think people would enjoy. And then, like, share devlog on YouTube. I mean, yeah, that's also great. People love journeys. People love stories. And at the end, exactly, good. I'm glad you're happy with it. People, like, at the end of this game dev process, I'm going to be making a video about the whole process. And I'm planning on making videos of the things that I've learned to kind of give like a little bit of help to people of things that I've had to search and find on my own as well. I'm gonna start recording. Yeah, please don't record me without my permission. Please don't. I think it's important to document devlogs. Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, I have all the VODs of all my game dev stuff. Everything that I've done game dev wise have been recorded and is on the VOD channel. And it has its own little playlist. I don't even think I want to know how many parts it is at this point. It's definitely in like the 20s or 30s. Make videos is because if one person who inspired me when I was a little kid. Oh, really? That's really sweet. That's awesome. I think they would love to know that. Not gonna lie. You'd be surprised how people don't think what they do helps inspire people. A lot of times it's just something that they want to do and they just don't think about that kind of stuff. But that's awesome. Having someone that inspires you, especially doing work. I don't think I know that guy, DM. But I'm glad that they inspired you to do what you're doing. So according to my philosophy, one day we will die anyway, and I would like to have a visual related to the project I developed after I die. Oh, it's kind of like a memorabilia kind of deal? Or a post-mortem? Well, post-mortem quite literally, I guess. That's certainly definitely a way to look at it. And I think that's kind of cool to have an idea with that, to kind of like have something like carry on. And I mean, I think that's very human. That's a very human thing to want to have people or have something to pass on after you die. It's a way for us to cope with death and the end of all things, right? Is that there will be an after, even if you are not here for it. So I definitely understand that. And I think that's kind of beautiful in its own way. But yeah, just honestly, just create. Don't worry about it being bad. Don't worry about like the low numbers. Just do. And then just learn from what you do, learn from others and experts in their cases, and just keep on improving. And then eventually you'll make it. Or you won't. But love the process. It basically stands for Dan the Diamond Mine Cart. Really weird. I don't know. He has like 20 million subscribers. Hell yeah. Well, that's great. Sounds like he's done a really good job. Yeah. All right. Let's finish updating this little guy. Let's see. If I just do this, will it... Yeah. Perfect. Numpad camera. Numpad camera. It's body mesh. Why can I not find it? Numpad camera. Oh, there's a numpad body. Is it because it's blind? Okay, so we're gonna try it again. Office / numpad / numpad camera. Does it see it now? One way to find out. And listen, don't be surprised that I don't know people. I don't know a lot of things as far as just like famous people in general. My mind is not wired in such a way that I very much live in my own world most of the times. So it isn't until like my interactions with friends and my interactions with like people in real life that bring it to my attention do I actually start knowing and paying attention to that kind of stuff. There was a period of time where I didn't really like music all that much. Reality was that I was kind of forced to listen to music I didn't like growing up, and that just got on my nerves, so I just never gave them a shot. So I was actually like, I wouldn't say bullied. That's a little harsh. I wasn't bullied, but I was definitely made fun of for not liking music in high school in the beginning, until I was just like, I guess I just gotta find music. Because it literally, we played games of like the alphabet, but every time you say a music, like an artist, the end of the word of the artist's name, you have to think of a different artist name for music. And I couldn't really play because I didn't know any musicians, like ever, like none of them. So I literally started listening to like trying to find different music so then I could actually participate in the game. Let's see, radio, camera, office / why am I not seeing the numpad camera? That's a little concerning for me. Office / radio / radio camera. Okay, so we have that one. You love music? I mean, I like music now. It's great. But it wasn't until after I found music that I love that I'm like, oh, that's because all my interactions with music before now were not my taste. In which is like, my mom loved Enya and my dad loved country music. And those were the only two pieces of music that I had interaction with for the first like 13 years of my life. And that is it. And I'm just like, man, I hate music. When it's just like, nope, it's just because you've only really interacted with certain musics. I tried a string the other day. Oh no. Did you get it fixed? Player camera. Player camera? What the hell am I talking about here? I guess it's just main camera. That one's just main camera. And then camera 3D. Camera? No. Oh, you know what? I think that was left over on the old one, so we're just going to go ahead and do like this. Yeah. Have you played any games on Switch? Yeah, I love Super Smash Bros. Though as much as I love Zelda, I haven't played more than like 20 or so hours on any of the good ones of that one. Binding of Isaac was also on the Switch. I played that a little bit. Any of the Pokemon games I played a bit on the Switch that came out on the Switch. That one was also good. But I usually don't play on the Switch unless I'm like traveling. And I don't travel often. If I didn't have Switch with me, I would wear headphones and listen to music. Yeah. Well, again, I'm glad that you're better. Let those heal, you know? Would you be able to do like inner ears? Like inner ear headphones? Instead of outer ear? Let's see. It didn't pop up. So, which one was the one that was the problematic? Oh, this nonsense. Okay. Office/computer/computer camera. Okay, so that works. I guess it had like the weird add-on there. You played Zelda for 20 hours. I played it for 160. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. That's one of those games that you play a lot of, and it just never. Don't get me wrong. I love that game. I think it's a great game. I just don't. On top of all the other games I want to play, it's just not up there. But it's a problem not to hear. Gotcha. Well, still, I'm just glad you're alive. That's really the beginning and end of it. Let's add both of these in here. We'll also do this. Let's go ahead and do this as well, because this doesn't mean anything, really. Let's make sure everything is good before we start moving forward. Oh yeah, on Portal 2 there's 2-player. Yeah! Everything looks good. Everything is responding accordingly. Okay. So, we have fixed this. We have moved everything under the main camera, which I feel like is going to cause issues in the future. But here we are. Here we effing are. So then we go to our little test. And we have all these things here, which are wonderful. And we're going to go ahead and take this. Go back to our... Let's switch this back into our scripts here. Go to our zoom objects. We're going to put this up here. Function camera transition. And then for these, we are going to click this. Except we're going to link it between that main camera position of that other camera, and then we'll do it one at a time and see how it goes. Where is it? Where'd you go? Where's the zoom object? There you are. We'll do it with the computer first. Okay, it's not main camera. It is, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and take all this and put it like underneath. Get it out of the way. Get all this nonsense. I'm a pack rat, so I don't want to delete anything. Portal there is full of hope and joy. Well, I'm done recording the short. If you want to know what it's about, tell me, but I'm gonna go cook an egg. I don't know if that's a euphemism or anything. Enjoy cooking an egg. Yeah. As far as let me know how the short turns out. Hopefully it's done well. But you can play on Switch, so I can play with on 2-player. Maybe XR, maybe. As I said, I'm not usually on Switch all that often. But is this? I'm assuming this is Portal. Oh wow! Thank you for. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Ink slingers, huh? How are y'all doing today? Wonderful having ya. Doing some game dev. And before you ask, I am a undead dodo in a rubber duck onesie. And it's a call on rubber duck debugging. Hello, and welcome, though. Wonderful having ya. Where did y'all come from? Are you also doing some game dev before? Listen, if that doesn't describe me, I don't know what does. It's to hide from the predators. But no, it's so that I can solve any potential coding issue that I might come across. It has helped only sometimes. But overall, I'm having a good day. Hopefully y'all are also having a very good day so far. Creating our own PNG tuber software. Oh, really? Well, isn't that very as I look at my Vieto tube, like, interesting indeed. What are you planning to do with it? What you got? What's the program provide? So that's really interesting, considering I am a PNG tuber. And also very impressive, I might add. That is some chef's kiss. Isn't that the reason we're ready to do it all? Oh, of course not. You're just like, PNG tuber. Oh, look, there's a weird looking duck. I guess that works. Is that a turducken? Is that what I'm looking at? No. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate it, but I'm very much interested to see. I just search for software dev and VTuber, PNG tuber. Hell yeah! As I look over at my category, my tags, and I'm just like, yes, perfect. But yes, welcome. You are. Want to create something like VietoTube with more Twitch integration and stuff? Ooh, bro, keep me informed. Seriously, I would love to have that. Okay, yeah, keep me up to date. I would love to check that out. For real. I love. The only reason I don't have more Twitch integration is because I'm just about to get affiliate, so I just don't have channel points yet. But it's yeah. It's definitely something that would be very interesting. But hell yeah. Work hard recognizes hard work. For real. Yeah. But yeah, no, like, that's exciting. That's really exciting to know, to learn that there are people out there still trying to make it. Check it out. Not sure if Twitch is. It does unfortunately censor it. If you want, I'm trying to think of a solution to this. I have a Discord. If you want to go onto the Discord and post it on there, you're more than welcome to. Because unfortunately, it isn't going through. Always wondered how Twitch's raid system works. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. PNGify taught me. Oh, is that it? So is it just www.pangify.me? Welcome back. Excellent. Yeah, let me know. This is definitely something that's very interesting. Obviously. Because, yeah. Where's well, luckily, I don't see any profile pictures. Forwards to the coffee. Haven't set up to a website yet, but just bought the net domain. Hell yeah. Well, that's excellent. Excellent. Let's see. Oh, whoop. I may have or may not have accidentally hit the transition. So I have little like Adult Swim-esque bumps for my transitions. So I went to a different scene. So it auto did the transitions. Sorry. I'm embarrassing myself. Oh no. So I apologize for the confusion there. But yeah, no. It is very interesting. What you got going on here? What is going on? Well, we're getting raided, and then I misclicked a transition, and then now we're back. So yeah, and it seems our raidee here is making a program that may end up be a better and more interesting solution for PNG tubers like me that could have more interaction with y'all, which is very interesting and very cool and very pog. All right, so we want to do main camera. Please have mercy on my code and my game dev experience. It is made early and won an unexpected moment. But yeah, no, I am still very, very fresh, very new as far as the game dev stuff. But as far as what I am working on, for those that have recently stopped by, I am working on a horror indie game where you are a 911 operator as a town slowly gets taken over by these monsters that ambush and attack people in their homes, and then try to convince you, the 911 operator, to send emergency personnel to that location so that they may eat them. So you need to figure out if the person on the other end of the phone is a real person or a monster pretending to be a person. If you are wrong, they die. If you are right, they get moved to a different location, and you try your best to fight against the town slowly being taken over by them until eventually you are the last one left. Godot specific language, right? Haven't looked that much into Godot yet. It's been an experience. I've had most of the experience before Godot I've had was Unity. There have been certain things with Godot that has been a very a bit frustrating. But since I wasn't really used to any engine yet, I figured, why not? Let's try something new. And it's been good. It's been very, very interesting overall. And honestly, I kind of recommend it. I kind of recommend Godot, especially with like how affordable it is and how open it is. It's pretty good. But I will say, it's as far as like trying to find solutions to problems, it's a little lacking compared to, you know, Unity that has God knows how many tutorials. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, I had a problem, and it's like, oh, this person had this problem like 8 years ago. We're good. There isn't any of that. But you know, we're making it. We're going through it. And then we are going to do. So when we hit the computer zone, so currently the issue that we are having, as far as this game that we're making, is that what I want to do is I want to make it so that when you click on an object, you go from the main camera to the camera facing closer to that object. So I'm learning about tweens, I'm learning about all that other kind of stuff. I've been using Unity for our game. Issue that it has been stuck on an old .NET version, which is sort of annoying. Yeah. Yeah. Xstar, stop counting my usage of using tween. Stop it. I've been saying that word because it's... yeah. Camera 1. So, but we wanted to go to computer camera dot position. Did that work? No. Okay. Why not? You don't see... oh, this is different, isn't it? Let's see. Let's check through. Let's check. Wrong one. Idealist. Let's go to this one. Camera event position normal shape. Let's do this. And now... let's see. I mean, that's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, this is the same thing. Well, oh, wait, hold on. This is player camera, not main camera. Player camera. Yes? Okay, it's not red. All right. Nobody panic. Everyone stay perfectly still. Its eyes is used to movement. All right. Now. I don't know if y'all hear sound in me saying sound and or music, but I put it in there that I say sound for sound and I say music for music. Okay. All right. Here's the test. Nothing happened. Damn it. All right. I mean, we're getting there. So currently what we're able to do, so this is the main kind of like camera, is that when we click on stuff, it tells us that we clicked on it. That's pretty important. So we actually know what's going through. And it's like computer, radio, phone, printer, and then numpad. And what I want to do is that if we go to the 3D space here, we go from this one, and then when I click on a phone, for instance, it will then go from this one to this one. And then I might have like a little button on the bottom of the screen to then go from back to this one to this one. And then that's the case for all the like computers and all that other kind of stuff. It sounds like your soul is leaving your body. In this case, a little. A little. And for Mama Dodo, that's all she's got. Only the soul is left. Souls and bones and rocks and stones. Alright. So, we're making a camera transition so that just press select makes sense. You feel like eating stones? Are you also a bird? Do you got a gizzard, my guy? I don't recommend eating stones if you don't got a gizzard. Cause, yeah. I don't know. Humans aren't really meant to eat rocks. Not really. Unless it's like... is salt a rock? Obviously it's a seasoning. And obviously it's an edible rock. Is salt a rock? This feels like we're going down the same path that I had before, where we were talking about is sauce and what is a sauce? About your gizzards. Thanks for the follow, everybody. Seriously, appreciate it. Stacy's mom's gotta go now. She's got a giant undead toe. Yeah. So I guess eating salt to a reasonable degree, you would be eating rocks, but I wouldn't eat like rocks that you would find in rivers or like on the ground. And what if you accidentally eat a fossil? What am I supposed to do about that? I'm not gonna wait for that to naturally pass. That's a bad time for everyone. All right, Electus, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Watch as I bang my head into the wall. Trying to figure out what I did here. Because I named all these correctly, hopefully. Well, actually, if anything... The only thing that didn't go through automatically was the main camera. Which is what is the most important thing. Remember, life is beautiful despite everything. Amen, Electus. You have a good night. Moss's Riverstones are so good. Are they? I feel like moss would be like the most bland thing to ever consume. Including the rock. I feel like the rock would be tastier than the moss. Unless you add more rock to that moss, which is salt. Because the click computer definitely went through. This is allowing things to go through. Something tells me... Let's do this. Let's see here. Computer, camera, dot position. Okay. And then we have player camera. Okay. So those things are spelled correctly. Let's just give it one more swing at it just to make sure. Sand feels like those little pop candy. Yeah, except for the pop. Or the candy, I suppose. Okay, still nothing. Still nothing. I mean, it's still reading it. Everything's still good. So the main camera... We should probably also remove this main camera scene. We should probably also remove this. Let us actually do that. Know if you try it out. Always looking for feedback. Yes, yes, yes. Did you send it to me via Discord already? I would love to check it out. I'll be sure to give you some feedback because I love this kind of shit. Excellent. Much obliged. You have a good one. And thank you for the raid, by the way. I don't know if I said that already, but I appreciate it. Have a good one. All right. No, I'm excited to kind of check that out because that's pretty cool. Especially if it has like a very like user-friendly interface. Like better Twitch integration is something that I'm always gonna be a fan of. So I am kind of excited to check it out. More excited to get this freaking thing working. I'm not gonna say how many streams it's been. And that's something that's actually more how much challenging, because if it's killing off the town, there's not really any threat until the very end. You should add something that you should wind up or do something. Well, I mean, the threat is you losing that location. Do you mean like an imminent threat to the person? Because you want to save the people. You want to save the houses. So the threat is that you are wrong and the house gets taken over. You can also see it as a way of like, for every house and or location is like a life. You made the wrong decision, or you didn't. If it took too much time, you lose a life. And then it just gets more and more and more difficult. Until eventually it becomes too difficult and you lose. Yeah, let's remove this scene. Where's the... I have main game 3D, main game, and the main menu. I need to learn different. If there's nothing to threaten you into the very end, there should be something in the building, right? No. I mean, like, So it's basically like, you know, some of the FNAF games where in order to help like last until morning, you like have like distraction noises in order to make it past it. That's like saying you need more things to happen to you, even though the distraction's what's making you stay longer, right? Something extra to keep track of to keep them away would add some suspense. Maybe. You know what? We'll put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it. I see what y'all are saying. It needs a little more suspense as far as the idea. It's so bad. Yeah. But like, trying to keep something else in check. Something else to kind of add suspense rather than just the imminent doom of you losing houses. Something that could end things earlier than anticipated. But what? Because currently we have systems in place where if you lose certain locations, things get more difficult for you. Things more difficult. You know, if you lose the not radio tower, but like the news area, then they're going to be able to give out false information. You're not going to be able to tell people what they need to do in order to be safe. What's up, X-Star? And then we have like the hardware store. If they lose that ability to do that, then they're not able to board up once you know, make it so it's more difficult for them to break in. Phone breaks sometimes, so you have to fix it. So occasionally you lose the ability to do the things you need to do to move forward. Well, we did tickle with the idea of losing power. Well, how would y'all feel as far as adding something else like that to the gameplay loop? When you're ready, so as far as the gameplay loop goes, you receive a call, you make a decision, you figure out, you try to put in all the clues in to determine if it's a real person or not. Then you send the appropriate vehicles to that location, and then you can hear the results of your actions. All those are part of the core gameplay loop. How much more do we want to add into that wouldn't just overwhelm people for the amount of stuff that you needed to do? Right? Is fixing the phone that's broken add another thing you need to keep track of? Like, where do we hit mental overload? Right? Though interesting, though adding suspense, we also need to keep in mind as far as mental load and make sure that we're not putting too much on them, because I think it's one of the main reasons why I decided to not move forward with the player needing to know where to send the emergency vehicles. Because my original one was, it was going to be a point and click, where you're going to click on the house to send it to that location, so you would need to know what the location is. So you need to have the mental burden of remembering what the house number was to send that location there. But I removed that because I felt that was an unnecessary mental load. Are you the last one? What's keeping you safe until the end? You're on the other end of the, you're on the opposite end of the town. There isn't like guards or anything like that. It just so happens that you're on the other opposite side. So they're moving, essentially they're chaining from one house to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and you are at the very end of that chain. So it's a location convenience more than anything else. It's not necessarily like, I don't know, turrets. It's not like there's necessarily anything. I mean, all the emergency personnel is also right next to you as well, because you are a call center. You would be, of course, to be close by all the emergency vehicles that you're sending out. But I get what you're saying. Having something in place so that you can keep yourself more safe versus less safe if you were to lose track of it is another way of adding suspense that could be beneficial. I don't really know or at least at this very moment, I'm definitely going to sleep on it, because it's definitely a good suggestion, X Star, and it's same with you, Q Boy, for kind of emphasizing it as well. So it's definitely worth a closer look at. Is if do we want to add kind of like a additional interaction to add suspense that doesn't necessarily say like, oh great, the game's gonna end in like 20-30 minutes, or I can just not do this one thing and then it's more like a 5-minute game. A fail state? Yeah. Should be a monster that disguises itself as key things. They'll make themselves obvious, and if you fall for it, it would bite you and you'd probably take like 10 hits to kill you. I see where you're going at. I don't think I'm going in the direction of mimics like the D&D mimics, you know, where it's like objects that aren't objects, or like Prey. Or are you just playing the game faster every time? Well, again, what do you mean by playing the game faster? If anything, you play the game longer every time. This is a preventing of losing, not a get to the end game faster. Because there is not necessarily the win con is you last as long as possible. It's a last as long as you can kind of game versus a win state. There is no win state, not really. And then you have opposite ends of, you have people trying to play as long as possible and survive as long as possible, and then you have the quote-unquote speed runners, which is try to lose as fast as possible, right? But an additional fail state, I guess what I would have considered the closest thing to a fail state is you lose all your emergency personnel. So if you lose all of them, because essentially you, quote-unquote, being wrong, you lose resources to send out, thus making it more difficult to keep track of everything, but eventually you could lose all of it. More houses you save, some things happen more often. That's interesting. More houses you save, some things happen more often. Well, the more houses you save, the more people that are being saved. Like infinite like that, you're making... They do that. Close to a win state would be something like in DSD where you can regenerate your run, but it isn't exactly winning as much as it's just not losing. It's kind of like a reset button in a way. Maybe. Well, if we're going down the route of like the more houses you save, the things are happening more often, it would be, that means more people are alive, so it would have to be something with people. It's something that the people are doing. Because the more people you have, the more likely something is to happen, because there's more people that you have. Maybe false information? Or do we want it positive? Do we want the things happening more often to be a positive thing happening or a negative thing happening? Because I think that also kind of dictates how we want to go about this. You know? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You're definitely coming up a good point, though. What kind of potential fail states can we give besides just losing all the houses? So, the exception of you lose all... So, there's currently 2 fail states. There's you lose all your emergency vehicles, and every other location is taken over. Those are the only possible 2, as far as that. I can see what you mean as far as having something that needs a constant maintenance throughout the entire thing. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm thinking of something. It's like a gameplay, you're killing fun. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you liked it. What I mean is that you can make the mix sound like slightly off, and they can occur more and more. Mix sound like slightly off. Do you mean the people calling? I'm glad you've been enjoying it. So, okay, kind of going off of what y'all have been suggesting. Well, I mean, one thing we can do is that they get more difficult. So we have a difficulty spread when it comes to the mimics, what these things sound like, and they increase in difficulty. The lowest difficulty is that their voice is very variant and very obvious. So then you clock it like, oh, the voice is different, so obviously this is a mimic on the other end. Then we have the sentence structure is wrong. So the sentence structure doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They're saying they're consistent, but they don't obviously don't understand the language. Then we have tier 3, which is the it's consistent. The sentence structure makes sense, but they're pronouncing things weird. It's almost like they have like a heavy accent, right? Exactly. Hey, I'm hesitant as far as asking questions because that's really going to add a lot of depth to the game, but that's also really going to increase the development process to try to implement that in a particular way. So, but kind of going off of that star, the tier 4 is where you or the mimics are, you know, consistent, the structure is good, everything's good, but the context is wrong, right? The context is wrong of what they're saying. So like they're like, oh, I just got back from going to get a suntan and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, right? And then the tier 5, which is kind of what you were talking about, is it's a knowledge check. It is, you need to know what's happening in that like person's personal life to a certain degree to know what they're saying is accurate or not, such as like, help, monsters attacking my child, and you know that they don't have any children, right? So it's kind of like you have to call them out on the bullshit, and that's the tier 5. That's the hardest one. So we already kind of have plans as far as the implementation of those kind of things, and then the other calls that are quote unquote false calls, or false like calls that aren't emergencies, are actually red herrings to give you background information as far as what's going on in people's lives, so that you know what is real, what is not. Exactly. So like, I have a stereotypical rambling grandma, for example, where she calls and then she's just, it's not an emergency. It says she's just there to spill the tea, but she's taking up a line that's to help save another person. So a player would probably just hang up and be like, I need to get her off the line as soon as possible so I can save these people. But what she talks about is the tea about the neighbors and the neighborhood and other people like that. And you, as long as you can clock that, when you get to the level where you can barely even tell if they're mimics or not, that kind of background information is vital to determine if they're real or not. So as far as like the longer you survive, I was already considering difficulty increasing over time. So essentially you get like, in the beginning, difficulty 1 and 3, and then it just kind of like goes in between there. But then after a little bit, it's more like 2 and 4, 2 to 4, and then 3 to 5, and then only 4 and 5, and then eventually it's just 5, right? It gets progressively harder over time. So as far as things, I feel like, but that's not immediate enough, kind of like what you're talking about, right? So what if, kind of going off of things to keep in check, what if the thing you're trying to keep in check is the emergency broadcast system? So I already talked about the broadcast system being something that the player eventually, or like the character in the game, is already putting out in the news section. Like there's a building for news, and they're going against the desire for the 911 operator, and trying to follow all the things that are happening. But eventually you will put out an emergency broadcast telling people to not go outside, not let people in, all that kind of stuff. But kind of going off of what you were saying, Xstar, I think that might be a very interesting way to manipulate it. So you have to stay on top of that. You have to make sure that the broadcast system hasn't been manipulated by them taking over that building, telling people to do other things instead of not going outside, not letting people in. Instead, it's let these people in, or we're sending these people to your location, leave the door unlocked, like giving them false information so it's easier for them to then, because if you think the person on the other end of the door, and you've been told by officials, or what you thought were officials, to let people in, I'm not going to be calling 911 before I open the door. I'm just going to open the door, and then I get attacked and I die. There is no 911 call involved in that. So that could be potentially interesting, where if you don't keep up with the emergency broadcast, things are going to get really bad really quick. Like 5 minutes quick, where people are not going to call 911 because they're letting people in the doors. They're not breaking in, they're being let in, until eventually a much quicker version of the game, it loses everything. What do y'all think about that? How are you feeling? Is that kind of the vibe that you were talking about, or do you want something that's a little more responsive, a little more immediate? What do y'all? What's the vibe check of that? Yes to what? I asked multiple questions. Which part? Which part? Yes, that it's good enough, or yes, something more immediate? Okay. So, if I'm understanding the response correctly, it is you like the direction of the emergency broadcast, but you also want another immediate problem to deal with. Am I understanding? Hopefully. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let me just switch the to-do. Okay, that's already off. I'm going to add it to my last call hub. And we are going to do it as... We already did scripts. Let's do this one. Let's name this one broadcast system. That's not how you spell broadcast. That one doesn't count, Xstar. You said it, not me. Broadcast system allows, or is a background information hub that will inform the people of the town what to do. The player must make sure that the broadcast is not what's the word? What's the one I'm looking for? It's not manipulated in any way. Originally by the news anchor, then eventually by the mimics. If the people receive false information, the spread of mimics will intensify, and no calls will be made to the operator. Okay. So we got that in. All right. So we got that in. Something more immediate than that. Just a straight up fail state. I would like to avoid just like death states. I mean, I'm gonna make Tween an ongoing joke. I mean, I want to say no, but at this point, I laugh every time. So by all means, go ahead. I'm not gonna say no to laugh. As childish as it may be. Something immediate that isn't like a death state. Well, not really. Well, I guess. So, in this game, you have coworkers. All right, you have 4 coworkers, maybe 5, considering. There is the fuck this, I'm out guy, who is the one with the common sense, is what people would probably feel. He sees this stuff go on, and he's just like, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go and leave the town. And everyone's just being like, no, what about the people? We need to save the people. And he's just like, yeah, no, this is just a job. I'm going to go and not die. So that's what happens with the first one. The second one gets a call from their own house, from their own child, that someone broke in. So they leave to go save their kid, obviously, and then doesn't come back. And then the third one, it's a tie between either that one loses their minds and starts crying in the corner because of the stress, or they are a disgruntled cop that is essentially like chained to a desk job because they like did something bad while out, and uses this as an opportunity to be like, I can do better work out there than in here. And then you get a cop car, but then you lose a person. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, my guy? I thought that was only a Satisfactory type of thing. Well, I mean, that's a good news, I guess. I'm glad time flies with me. Glad you're having a good time. And then the fourth guy... the fourth guy is the ride or die guy. This is the guy that stays with you even when every other building gets taken over, once all the resources go away. This guy stays with you until the very end. But at the very end, he says that, like, I need to make a few phone calls. And he goes to the bathroom, supposedly to call people that he loves, like tell them his final goodbye. And when he returns, with the player being clueless, he's been replaced. Right? So I guess the closest thing that I would say is a instant death state. Yeah, well, you're welcome. I eat the hours that you give me. That is how Mama Dodo gets stronger, faster, more duck-like. So if we could make it so that the coworkers get taken over because you didn't do something. Okay, I'm gonna shoot out something. This feels very FNAF. I'd rather. Okay, let me gauge interest in this. Okay, so what if you had cameras? Only like a couple, like one camera, and it looks outside, and you have a button. You have a panic button. The panic button. If you see someone outside that shouldn't be out there, you press the panic button. Emergency shutdown happens. Hurricane shutters go down, bulletproof glass, the whole 9 yards. It's a raid. It's a thing that's like, it's meant to turtle. It's meant to be an emergency shelter. It's meant to pretty much go against any like forces of nature. Things shut down. But in the process of the emergency shutdown, your phone doesn't work. Your computer doesn't work. You have been completely disconnected from the outside world, with the sole exception of seeing it from your camera. And once you see the thing go away, wherever it is, whatever it is, you turn off the emergency, everything goes up, you now get to get reconnected with the outside world, and you see what's going on. How does that feel? Does that feel decent? Is that a good immediate threat? That if you don't take care of that, one of your coworkers gets replaced, then he'll just kill you? Okay. Okay. All right. How about you, cute boy? How do you feel about that? Minecraft movie trailer was able to revive the hot, dang, annoying orange trailer trash series. For real? I haven't seen that trailer yet, the Minecraft movie. I've seen glimpses of people reacting to it, but I haven't looked at it. All right, let's see here. Heck, do you make a trailer so bad annoying orange response to it? I didn't even know annoying orange was still a thing, not gonna lie. All right, let's do another one. Name this. What are we naming this? Emergency shutdown. In this emergency shutdown, the player has access to a single video feed of outside of the facility. At any point, the player can look at that video, and if they see something... Okay, so here's another thing. Here's another problem with this idea. I don't want to give y'all any inclination of what these things look like. I barely want y'all to know they're bipedal. I want people to think, like, have very different ideas of what these things look like and how they work. So if we're gonna go in the way of they see something, we're gonna have to be super vague. Super vague. Right. The player can look at the video, and if they see something, they shut down. They see something, they press a shutdown button. This, when the button is pressed, the player and all equipment are disconnected from the outside world. As at your POV, can you see everyone that is in the chat? Yeah, or not everyone that's in the chat. No, I only see the chat. It's anything that's in the OBS. Why? What's going on? Who's in the chat? Is it a mimic? Is it so? Should I hit the shutdown button? My stream would end, but because you don't stream. Well, I mean, if I pull up Twitch, I can see, but at the moment it's what you see, and then on the other screen I have the OBS up. All equipment are disconnected from the outside world as outside world, and everything, shutters come down, preventing any access. You made me concerned, X-Star. You made me worried. I'm like, now I kind of want to look. The player waits until the something is gone, then can press the button again and reconnect with the outside worlds. That's not with Idealist. How nobody has talked about the sheer amount of delay to speaking. As in when I read y'all before you type it. There might be a delay. I apologize if that's the case. Granted, I don't think there's a whole lot of demanding things on my end. It's like, I don't think it's processing on my computer or anything like that. We just have OBS and Godot up. It's not like we're playing Satisfactory or anything like that. Can press a button to reconnect to the outside world. If the player does not catch the something in time, one of the co-workers will be taken over or replaced by the mimic, and death will soon follow. Okay, and then it takes about 10 seconds to appear in the stream video. Really? Interesting. The delay that I have on my end, at least, I only have 2 seconds. I only have 2 seconds between what y'all post from what I'm seeing on OBS versus what y'all see in screen. So more than likely, it's a delay between you typing it, then me seeing it, then an additional 2 seconds delay, or a delay before OBS sees it, and then a 2-second delay before it then sends it into OBS. Mobile has a higher delay? Oh, okay. Interesting. Is there a really big delay for you, Cute Boy? The way you delay is just pause and then play. Because I'm thinking maybe it could be a distance thing? I don't know where y'all live. Yeah. Yeah, if Cute Boy isn't getting a delay, it might be a distance thing for y'all. Y'all might live, like, really far. And then because of that, yeah, that's... I originally thought it was... Yeah, it might be a distance. Y'all just might be far, and because you're far, it just takes a while longer for the signal to go. Sorry if that's the case. Hopefully it's not too frustrating for y'all. I just have no idea how I would fix it. Besides just... move. You know what I mean? Alright, so... How you doing, July 4th? Is that how you want to be addressed? What is your preference? Jason Voorhees Day. I don't even know. I didn't even realize that was the thing. It's Friday the 13th for you? Oh, crap. It is Friday the 13th for me, too. Well. I feel like I'm going to jinx myself for saying this, but so far, today's been pretty uncursed. I definitely have summoned my death by saying that, but, you know, pretty good so far. We even got a raid. We didn't get killed by Jason yet. Oh no. No. Please save me, future man. For you, if you know my future, what can I do to prevent it? But, okay. I like your tug outfit because you're like Lucifer from Has-Been Hotel. Oh, really? Does Lucifer have a onesie? Has a duck onesie? I don't know if I've seen that episode, or if I did, I forget. That's really funny. No, it's a rubber duck onesie meant to play on words for rubber duck debugging. So a lot of artwork of him and with a duck onesie. That's actually kind of cute. How did you know this was a Lucifer cosplay? My god, you saw through my ruse. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. You want to go through the list together? All right. Okay. We have normal Mama Dodo, fishing Mama Dodo, alien Mama Dodo, therapist Mama Dodo, cultist Mother Dodo, game dev Mama Dodo, and Satisfactory Mama Dodo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 so far. So far. Whenever we play something for any like extended amount of times, I try, quote unquote, to make an outfit. I know I should have made one for Animal Well, and I wanted to make one for Outlast, but I didn't get to it. But I made a Halloween and a Christmas one. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I should do one for like holidays. Plus, it wouldn't be too difficult. It's not like I don't have enough inspirations to do Halloween. I think for Halloween, I might just remove the purple. I think I might just remove the purple, so you just see the raw bones. So it's just spooky skeleton Mama Dodo. Man, that'll be the easiest one yet. It's literally just remove 2 layers and we're good to go. Actually kind of based, now that I think about it. Alright. Well, let's see. We solved we added 2 additional like death. Oh, I haven't checked the Discord message yet. Actually, let me see. Hold on. The display is off, so let me look. Oh. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out. X-Star, I swear. You keep on sitting me tween in the DMs, I'm gonna report you for spam. You know, there's a game called Cheese, or I read that as Cheese. Am I hungry? My God. Chess evolved online. It's like chess, but with so many rules and mechanics that I don't know how. Wait, is that the one where it's called, like, there's a subreddit called Anarchy Chess? Is that what that is? Where it's just, like, weird, like, rules that don't make a whole lot of sense, but they're all chess pieces? Is that what you're talking about? Let's go ahead and do main camera. Where's our camera? Where are we? My God. Where's this? That's what I want to know. Because we have this, a different scene. Where is it? It's not Anarchy Test. There's 300 chess pieces. Oh. Chat GPT. What is this? How the hell do I explain this to people? Okay, so we got viewport. That's fine. Utilities. That's fine. Yep. Numpad. Main menu. That's an old thing. Main game. That's an old thing. Camera. Fire truck. This is the one we made up. Here we go. It's camera switch. Okay. Delete. Required by other sources in order for them to work. Remove them anyway. Cannot be undone. Depending on the file system configuration, the files will either be moved to a system or deleted permanently. Okay. So that's fine. So then we go back to this, and I would like to remove. Let's go ahead and just maybe save, and then it goes away. You're obsessed with that word. I find it funny, but you may have a problem. We can detach script, but we can't detach branch on the scene. That's the problem. What's in this one? This is all... This is the viewport stuff. This is the pause menu stuff. You're just trying to get me to say it now, X-Star. And then I think what we need to do is we need to almost like make a different, like make a sub thing for the main game. Maybe almost switch the office, because the office doesn't really do anything. It's just and then make the camera underneath the office, and then put the office as the script. Yeah, if anything, you caused me to say it. I don't think that counts. Just SGP what it is, and it's just that's funny. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I think we'll stop it here. I have to finish this, but I can put it like a to-do thing to fix this later. So y'all were reasonably distracting enough, but it sounds to me that we actually solved a bit of a problem where there wasn't enough suspense. So we will we'll take it from there. We'll pick up next time. We'll pick up on Tuesday for this. All right. Well, that being said, I hope all of you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will hopefully see y'all Sunday for a Sunday Chill Day stream. And yeah, with that, take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.